Joey Fitzwater. It's my honor and privilege to be here with this man, a living legend, Johnny Rhodes. Now, Johnny, you have a whole slew of students in this title tournament. Any thoughts?
All the thoughts are good. Matt Daddy Flex is okay. Everybody's okay. But you know what? There's one guy that's not holding his good, and that's the one and only Joe So Delicious. You know, he wasn't disrespecting me. Like, hey, wait a minute. Hold on. I tell you what.
Oh my God!
Don't you come next to me.
Oh my God!
Come back near me again. I told you, next time I see you know what? You know what, right? What?
Oh my God!
Come on, get up! Get up! Get up!
Another day, another time, Rods. You get the one up on this one.
I told you.
But there'll be another day.
You know what?
No, you know what? Another day, another time.
I said, don't get yours on there. You get yours on there.
I don't care how many people you paid off to get in the Hall of Fame. I'm not
unpredictable one for nothing. I got stuff you're never gonna find. All right? Don't just get near me.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
See this guy.
Mr. Rhodes.
Respect for this kid. He has no idea who I am. They don't call me the unpredictable one for nothing. Next time I get him, I'm gonna put my boots on and go in the ring with him and teach him a lesson that he's never gonna forget.
Well, you may put your boots on. This is Joey Fitzwater about to put a new pair of pants on because that was intense. This is a living legend, Johnny Rhodes, and I have a feeling we haven't seen the end of this. Back to you. Don Tony. Hey, what? Is that Grim Reaper? Right now. Is that him?
Yes, it is.
Tell him I said hello. Tell him I said I like his hat. Tell him I said that.
He said he likes your hat.
It's a great hat. I love it.
He said the pink hat?
Oh, no. Anyways. It's my honor and privilege to be here with this man, a living legend, Johnny Rhodes. Now, Johnny, you have a whole slew of students.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy as Don Tony gives you news and reviews from AEW.
Welcome to the party! Oh my God! Thanks for coming, Sammy!
NXT.
And it's over! Cross is here to ransack NXT soul!
And indie wrestling. It's Wednesday night, Dynamite.
Know what's happening in the world of wrestling without the hate and clickbait. And now, your host, Don Tony.
They're actually giving us Who Dat versus Cody as the opening match for tonight. AEW Watch Along. Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday, July 7th, 2021, 8 p.m., not 10 p.m. I am up here early today because tomorrow at this time I will be out of New York on vacation for 5 days. So rather than not do a show at all tonight, I figured we hang out, watch AEW Dynamite together, give our overall thoughts. Some of the matches that are kind of shungada, we could talk a little bit about Great American Bash yesterday, a 4-match event, not pay-per-view, but still a fun night nonetheless. We'll get into a couple of news tidbits as well, your questions, comments, some super chats along the way. And as you could see by my dress, I did not get a chance to actually put on some wrestling attire. And truth behold, I picked up my significant other literally about an hour ago and came here and literally had to set everything up. So I'm in my work clothes still. We got the strap match. And then we're watching Who Dat literally on his knees in the middle of the ring, waiting to be whipped. I hear he's a good trainer. He's in good condition, physically fit. He's not a bad wrestler. But there's a reason why no other promotion up until now ever featured this guy prominently on a TV show. You know, not every single week. If you think about it, not every single wrestler is on every single week. But come on, man. Aaron Solo, you know, for those, and by the way, you know, last week's contest with the Brody Lee card, I am keeping the prize as is. There was a second person that technically won, and I'm hooking him up with a card as well. I will give you the details next week. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because my original wild contest idea would have had to done with tonight's AEW Dynamite. I wanted everyone out there to predict how many different AEW stars are shown around ringside during Dynamite. You think 60? Would 60 be kind of like that might sound high, but we already got Who Dat, we got Cody, we got Dustin, we got Camarado, Aaron Solo that nobody gives a shit about. I want to give a shout out to everybody tuning in. And as you could see, I started to mess around with streaming all the chat logs at the same time. So for my friends that are tuning in right now on Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, probably not Twitch, you know, post something in the chat where you're at. I want to see if I could pop it up on the screen. Give them a little bit of love since they never get a chance to get a shout out or ask a question during the show. But AS7607, I'm glad you got the gift. And much love to Crazy Cruiserweight once again for being responsible for a majority of that. Right now, this strap match is a lot of gaga, a couple of little whips. Aaron Solo tried to get involved, but Dustin stopped that. Now we got Cody overly selling, and they're wrapped around the ring post and right on the center of the camera. Cody pulls the strap. Who Dat goes face first into the ring post, and he's got to make sure in front of the hard camera to put his hand up a half a second too soon and goes like this. Even though that does hurt. This guy's not prime time, man. I don't give a shit that he's got a nice car. I don't give a shit that he's got a nice hot wife. That's my hot, soon-to-be hot wife right there. Yeah, that picture might be 15 years old, but I'm not looking to be a wrestler. I don't want to work in a predominant position like that. The lights went out. Ah! The lights went out. They came back on and nothing. Okay. Who Dat's busted open because, you know, he's got to put the focus on himself, you know, juicing. The lights went off. So obviously something is going to go on tonight, a surprise. Don't know who it's going to be. I know people are fantasizing about Brock, not Anderson, but Lesnar. That would be, look, man, I know a lot of you out there. Yeah, Austin, I know your meaning was different, but Who Dat is busted, period. Yeah, whipping the strap around Cody's neck. You know, it's just, you know what it is? These guys obviously are working their ass off to make AEW Dynamite as good as it possibly could be. I do not question that. QT Marshall, truthfully, is one of the hardest working men or woman behind the scenes in AEW. The guy, seriously, he doesn't sleep. I give him that. But this is an entertainment company. Just because you're the greatest movie producer around doesn't mean that you get to be in the film and you get to save the day or you get hacked up or you're just shown in a bar. You know, you don't get that spot. And these people think that because of the hard work this guy does, yeah, give me a close-up. See, I don't give a shit. And we're not the only ones. He thinks that this is part of his gimmick, that I'm such a heel, that everybody hates me. And the only way they could go after me is to say I shouldn't be on TV. Can't make fun of his car, can't make fun of his wife, can't make fun of his physique, can't make fun of his work ethic. I'm telling you, who that, none of us are jealous of you. You're not prime time. I don't care how much work you do behind the scenes. You're not prime time. Now let's get back to Brock. Brock Lesnar, you put him in Dynamite. Okay, you put him in AEW. Now what? Is he going to beat Kenny Omega in 11 seconds a la Kofi Kingston style? I doubt it. Is he going to go for the TNT Championship against Miro? Maybe. What's he going to do? Find a tag partner? You know, maybe another version of Nicholas? You know, is he going to team up with Aubrey Edwards and become tag team champions? How does Brock fit in there? There's no way that AEW is going to put Brock Lesnar above the people that are working their ass off, the people that feel your reward is to be on TV in major primetime moments. Honestly, I would love to see Brock Lesnar in AEW. I grew up with the Monday Night Wars. It was so cool that you would see people jumping ship. Not every week, but it was fun to see people jump ship. Or you see people make surprise appearances. We all like surprises. Come on, everybody. Seriously. Christmas time, you're around the tree. Look, now, obviously, I wasn't planning to talk about all of this. We're still watching this goddamn strap match. It's now 8:12 p.m., and I'm trying to keep the conversation a little bit fun. But Christmas time, what happens for people who celebrate Christmas and you're a kid? You wake up in the morning, you run to the tree, you got wrapped presents, and you want to open it up. You know what? Today's the anniversary of Hulk Hogan has betrayed WCW, the new world order of wrestling, brother. Today's the 25th anniversary. No, there's no way that Hulk Hogan is going to be showing up today. But could we see an NWO type storyline tonight? We do. 25 years. Unbelievable. 25 years already. Makes me feel old. I appreciate everybody who watches the old retro indie stuff that I used to do, and some people think that I haven't aged in 15 plus years. I thank you for the kind words. I don't feel that I'm 15 years younger. Been 25 years at the NWO already. 25. Feels like yesterday that we were celebrating the 20 year. And I know what some of you are saying, well, 20, 25 is not that much different. Trust me, when you get older and 5 years goes like this, trust me, it's a big deal. Before you know it, it's going to be the 30-year anniversary. Before you know it, I'm going to be older than even when Terry Funk became ECW champion in 1997. We're getting old, everybody. We're getting old. But let's get back to Brock. Christmas time. What's the excitement? Opening up presents. You collect baseball cards. Okay, Crossroads. 2 Crossroads. Third time's a charm? Yeah. Yep. Okay, he hit turnbuckle number 1. Turnbuckle 2. The Miami crowd is hot tonight. There he goes. Cody with another win. Arn Anderson clapping. So fucked up that WWE did not put Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard on that top 50 list. That's petty. The Brainbusters is one of my favorite tag teams of all time. And you got fucking tag teams in there that were the Mega Powers. We talked about it on Monday. The Mega Powers was not a legendary tag team. That was a storyline. And they're in the top 15? That was a joke. Obviously, we talk about it, because everybody was talking about it, but that's a goddamn joke. So the main event tonight is the Young Bucks defending the AEW tag titles in a street fight against Eddie Kingston and Penta. I know a lot of you out there. Oh, also tonight we have the standoff, the face-to-face, with MJF and Jericho. Andrade versus Matt Sydal. We'll probably see his next match in 3 weeks. Some people will know why I say that. The first AEW Dynamite mixed tag team match. We had one before, I think on AEW Dark. Wasn't it Riho and Kenny Omega versus Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian? Tonight we got Chris Statlander, Master of the Pile Driver, and Orange Cassidy versus the Bunny and the Blade. We got the other members of the Inner Circle versus the other members of the Pinnacle. And they're showing some highlights from last week with the closing moments of Guevara versus MJF. Andrade's first AEW match tonight. 2 weeks too late. All right. We got Sean Spears cutting a promo. I hope the audio from the Dynamite is not bleeding into the show. I've been putting the volume super low, and it's very, very hard to hear what these people are saying. In fact, see, that's where it is here. You know what? Seriously, if AEW tries to shut down my video because I have the volume up, the fuck out of here. They're trying to plug your shit. Guevara hits Sean Spears with a chair, taunting him a little bit. That was earlier today. All right, this might be a little bit too loud. And look, I'm sorry about tonight's show being a little bit maybe disorganized. That's what happens with these watch-alongs. Tony Schiavone will interview Kenny Omega next. That will be coming up next. We're going to a commercial break. Eddie Valentino says, and we're going to get back to Brock again. We'll do it at 1 second, I promise you. Eddie Valentino says he saw the Blade face Trey Lamar yesterday on Dark, and he hopes Trey Lamar could get signed by someone like MLW or Impact. Look, I like that you have a lot of these up-and-comers being featured on Elevation and Dark. But how do you break through? How do you break through on Dynamite? Seriously, how do you break through? Now, getting back to Brock Lesnar. Like I said, Christmas time, what does everybody love? You love opening up presents, because you don't know what's inside the presents. You have a birthday, you like opening up presents. You collect baseball cards. What does everybody do? You open up the baseball cards and you hope for surprises. Maybe out tonight. It's not necessarily about who's going to show up, but it's fun. It's fun to not know what's going to happen, who's going to appear. You flick the lights. Hopefully somebody shows up. Hopefully that was not a technical faux pas earlier. But the thing with Brock Lesnar is he's not going to leapfrog Kenny Omega. He's not going to leapfrog Moxley. He's not going to leapfrog Eddie Kingston. And I know what you're going to say. Eddie Kingston maybe shouldn't be a heavyweight champion AEW. That's up for debate. He's not going to surpass the Young Bucks. I don't even think he'll get more TV time than who dat? Brock Lesnar worked a part-time schedule in WWE. What do you think? What kind of schedule do you think he's going to have in AEW? Think he's going to work harder? You think it's going to be even lighter? Unless Tony Khan triples what Brock Lesnar was paying before to show up week after week after week. I mean, some people may feel that he overpaid for Sting. And honestly, he did overpay for Sting. But I am enjoying Sting on TV. So we're fans. We're not managing his bank book. So who gives a shit how much AEW overpays someone or WWE overpays someone? If we're enjoying it, so fucking what? You go to a restaurant and you find out that they bought $250,000 worth of sous vide machines and expert equipment. You don't care. You just want to enjoy your meal. I just want to enjoy wrestling. I don't care how much you pay. I don't care if somebody, quits one company, gets fired, goes in another. Just entertain me. Just entertain me. So Brock, it's a nice idea when you think about it on the surface, but then when you dissect it, you say to yourself, what is he going to do? What is he going to do? Feud with Lance Archer? What is he going to do? So, by the way, I absolutely love that they are back on the road. That's all right. Cool. Shout out to King Ace. I know that there is only a spot for one comment, and I'm not putting the other social media above YouTube. YouTube is my family. But I just wanted to test it out tonight to see if it would work. So shout out to King Ace, who just posted a little question. Would I do a watch along for Raw and SmackDown? Probably not, unless it was a big event that we would probably have a good time and a lot of fun, doing live as it's going on. Yeah, I would consider it. But honestly, look, here's news. Raw this past Monday, their rating, I have it here, 1.47 million viewers. That is the lowest rating in the history of Monday Night Raw. Now, I know a lot of you are aware of this already, but Monday, I was a little busy. Look to the left of the R above Jimmy Smith, and he looks a little familiar. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Salami guy. Salami guy was front and center. There you go. Here's Deli Man. I didn't wash the mask yet. Still smells like death breath. Death breath. I had fun Monday. I thought Raw was overall a decent show. But the fans are just not into it like they used to. You get a good show here, a good show there. It's the overall storylines. It's their insistence on look, man, nobody's questioning that Kofi Kingston isn't one of our more favorite stars in the last 20 years. And him winning the heavyweight championship was a story book. It just was a beautiful story that was told. But no matter how great the promos are, no matter how believable it feels, no matter how good these guys are, at the end of the day, you got fired, Chance. We have Kenny Omega and Don Callis in the ring right now. And Kenny Omega, they are obviously buying weeks of him not performing. Didn't he have like some stem cell injection the other day? I'm just adjusting my screen over here. So Kenny Omega is not going to really be wrestling much in the next couple of weeks. Guys, let's be honest for a second. And I know a lot of you that are huge AEW fans hate when I say this, but Kenny Omega's AEW championship reign has sucked. Now, I always give a little bit of leeway because of COVID, but his reign has sucked. You go back to last year when he won that championship from Moxley, and you actually look at his title reign, at his title defenses. You got 1-2 good matches. I'm not saying that Pac and Orange Cassidy versus Omega wasn't fun, but did anybody in their wildest dreams think there was any chance that Omega was losing the title? When he's got multiple belts from multiple promotions, the belt collector, and the only belt that he's going to lose first is the belt that matters the most for Kenny Omega. Are you kidding me? He has gotten, too much leeway. And, Don Callis, I love him on the mic. Don Callis, we talked about him no longer being in the executive position in Impact about a month and a half ago. It's old news. So now Don Callis will be a big focal point in AEW as a manager. The crowd loves it. The crowd is into it. Don Callis is awesome on the mic. But that doesn't take away the fact that Kenny Omega's title reign has been really disappointing. Now, let's see what happens with Hangman Page. Oh, here comes the Dark Order. Speaking of, a good heel needs a good babyface, and a good babyface needs a good heel. So it almost feels like Hangman Page has to win this championship. He has to win this championship. So we got Evil Pizza Uno in the ring. He's in much better shape. I've always given him props for that. Evil Pizza Uno. What he wants to know Why is Kenny Omega ignoring this crowd? Why are you ignoring the number one ranked wrestler, Hangman Page? Why are you so afraid of my friend, Kenny? You know Evil Uno's going to get his ass kicked now, right? Kenny Omega called them numbnuts. Cowboy shit. Loud cowboy shit chants right now. Loud cowboy shit chants. Kenny Omega saying it's hard to make you guys out. You know, why is Evil Uno doing the Blue Bloods, putting the hand behind his back? You're going to get punched in the face, dope. I like Evil Uno. I didn't like him last year. Now I'm a fan of his. Oh, he got kicked in the... He did get kicked in the... He did get nailed in the head. He did. The other head. The other head. Oh, Michael Nakazawa, what the fuck you doing? Everybody's like selling like one tiny little shot. Stu Grayson don't even know how to fall outside the ring. Why did you run around the ring step, idiot? And now you're selling it? Okay, Evil Uno, there you go. Here's the... Oh, he's begging for help, and here comes Hangman Page. Now, you got Gallows and Anderson in the ring. You have Kenny Omega in the ring. You got Michael Nakazawa in the ring. You have all these people in the ring. Why are they all standing there and just watching Hangman Page beat other guy? Look, did you see Gallows act like he was going to fall out of the ring? Okay, he just threw Carl Anderson out. Here he goes. Yeah, there he goes. Clothesline me over. Hangman Page looks great in this. Okay, here. Oh, no, there's no way Kenny Omega's taking the shot. You just got the stem shell shit. I'd say, yeah, you ain't taking the buckshot lariat. No way. Hangman Page, get in that ring and stare down. Get in the ring, walk up to him, face to face, get the camera shot, have the stare down. Don't pick up the mic. We don't need to hear what you two guys are saying. See, that's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly. Now you got to rub your heads. Come on, forehead to forehead. Come on, forehead to forehead. Fucking. Yeah, Omega runs out of the ring. That's called the stem cell exit. You know? The crowd is hot, man, though. Props to the Miami crowd. They are enjoying themselves. You know, I saw people today, talking about the fact that AEW only sold about 65% of the tickets, and they gave away quite a few as well. It was still in the middle of fucking COVID. A lot of people feel very uncomfortable going out in front of big crowds. Just people out there just want to crap on shit, just to crap on shit. Seriously, man. Thank you, AS. For some reason, my super chat set up tonight. Oh, no, it's not discombobulated. I was a little afraid it was. Right now, we have a sit-down interview. We got Ethan Page on one side, and we have Darby Allin on the other side. And remember, Darby Allin cannot lay his hands on Ethan Page. Let's see. I like this feud. I like this feud with Darby Allin and Ethan Page. By the way, you saw last week that shirt that Ethan Page was wearing that everybody liked. You could buy that for $15. I posted the link last week. I ordered it. I didn't get it yet. It'll probably get delivered while I'm away. So we're doing a little bit of a back and forth, interview in the back. Sit down. Obviously, they're not going to lay hands on each other because we got the coffin match coming up. We have the coffin match coming up. So while they exchange some kind of boring chatter, AS7607, no one has ever done what I and Crazy Cruiserweight did for her. It was one of the few things that made her happy during this extremely difficult months. Honestly, I'm not pandering when I say this. Each and every one of you, whether you're live now, on the recap later on, each and every one of you have done so much for yours truly. You know, whether you're new to the shows or been around 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you know, it's about having fun. It's about family. I told you a big turning point with me with shows is with that Jericho cruise 2 years ago, the Road Rager. Well, 2020, the Road Rager, a year and a half ago. You know, when you see people out there just mocking and making fun of people simply because they just want to have fun. That should never be. Just because you like AEW, you should be ridiculed. Just because you're a fan of something, you should be made, no, man, seriously. So I've had a couple of health scares that have scared the shit out of me. You know about my parents' health that is failing, and it comes to a point where do I just want to sit on social media and crack wise-ass remarks and jokes and insults just to get, 100 likes and feel like I'm important? At the end of the day, that does nothing. That does nothing. I want to enjoy, and I want everybody to have fun. I went in Thunderdome Monday. I had that goddamn mask on for 3.5 hours, and everything itched. But I had so much fun. I didn't give a shit. I'm an overgrown kid. I like having fun. And no one that is tuning in should ever feel that you cannot support something, or you cannot express a feeling, or you cannot get a little suspension of disbelief and enjoy something and feel guilty about it because there's a bunch of people waiting to shit on you. You got to get away from those people. Misery loves company. I could come up here and just be the absolute shit fest every show and just knock and criticize everything. We talk about who dat, and I feel who dat, QT Marshall, should not be in these mainstream storylines on their primetime show. But I also will always give him credit for all of the things he does, training stars of tomorrow, working in the back. Yeah, I acknowledge all of that. I'm expressing an opinion. So believe me, I love that I could give back a little bit on these shows, whether it's, talking, analysis, comedy, even the Tegan Nox stuff. Tegan Nox made a return yesterday. She was the one with the meter on the phone. And if you remember me, a couple of weeks ago, I said, that's going to be Tegan Nox. I said, but there's a problem here, because when was the last time that we had Tegan Nox at 100%? That phone's going to go up to 100%. And within a week, Tegan Nox is going to go down to 48%, and then 63%, and then ultimately down to 11%. I don't want to see her hurt. I'm happy to see her back. It's just lighthearted fun, with the meter. I'd love to see Tegan Nox stay at 100% for a couple of years. She's fully charged. For me, fully charged is getting 6 hours sleep. I feel fully charged. There's a lot of different definitions for fully charged, but it was nice to see Tegan Nox back. But, just having a couple of laughs here, a couple of smiles. People out there watching Raw on Monday and looking close and, seeing your show. I told everybody, I don't know what it is. I've been doing it since 97, and right now, what do we have in the... We got a very gaga match right now with the Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle. Santana, Ortiz, and Hager versus Wardlow and FTR. It is a very, very... This match should not feel like the match that brings you down. You understand what I'm saying? Like, with all due respect, it should be like, I don't know, Lee Johnson versus blah, blah. This feels like the come down match. Like, okay, we're all excited. Hangman Page, Kenny Omega, they're now finally building that feud. This feels like, okay, everybody, come down, relax, go take a leak, buy a pretzel, take a sip. This match should not feel like a boring tag team match. These guys have been killing each other, blood and guts, guts and blood, blood, guts, and whatever else. And these guys are doing technical wrestling right now. Technical wrestling. I don't know. What do you think? Oh, it's nice to see K-Dog at ringside. And you know what? Much love to keeping it 100. I saw them late tonight. A lot of people told me that Conan and Hueezy, they talked about Jimmy Uso's arrest, DUI. And, they pinned a comment, from a piece of an interview I did with Hueezy about a year or so ago. And a lot of you out there showing love, a few people out there trying to stir up shit, and I thank the person that posted the link. And I shouldn't be doing this here, but since people still have people trying to give you fake news, if anyone out there that wants to know why the show's changed as far as me no longer doing a show with a certain co-host, the link, I got to pull it up. Hold on. We're at a commercial break right now. I personally think this should not have a commercial break. They're chain wrestling. It's nice to see Conan at ringside. Tully, it's nice to see it. I mean, it's nice to see AEW giving opportunities for older wrestlers that can no longer do it in the ring. Jake the Snake Roberts, Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson. You got even Vicky gets to do a little bit. Now you have Conan out there. It's nice to see. Back in the day, we have Mr. Fuji, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Jerry Valiant, excuse me. And there's so many that I'm leaving out that were wrestlers, and they were no longer able to compete, and they became managers. That's old school. I don't understand why it's so unpopular now amongst promotions. That kind of baffles me. It really does. I mean, I understand a lot of wrestlers from yesteryear, their mentality, their mindset is a lot different of what, the current millennial, in this era. And I think some promotions don't want to commingle that. But there's so many people from yesteryear that can do something and they don't get an opportunity. It feels like the only storyline that a lot of these guys get for some promotions is to just get made fun of, spit in their face, cheap shotted, put down. I just think it's terrible. But, obviously Conan has a huge history with Santana Ortiz. That's why this is nice. This is the way it should be. But I got the link up now. It's tiny URL, I guess, / RIP DTKC. tinyurl.com / RIP DTKC. You go check that out. That's the reason why everything changed. It's water under the bridge. I don't think about it anymore. But I hate that, again, Conan and his channel, little love to me today, they pinned a post of something I said about Disco Inferno and Andre the Giant last year. And right away, you got a few people trying to start shit up. So, fine. Play the game. I'll play it back 10 times worse. So, anyway. All right. Now it's picking up a little bit. Little double teaming by Santana and Ortiz. Jake Hager, beautiful suplex to Dash. Wardlow breaks up the 2 count. I just can't. I'm sorry, man. With all these referees and all these clusterfucks that they've been doing for 2 years, I can't see Wardlow breaking up the pin and then saying to the ref and then walking out. What do you think? You're going to get disqualified? Guys, gals, has there been a disqualification ever yet on Dynamite? I can't remember one. I'm sure there might have been. I cannot remember one. Maybe early on, maybe Nyla Rose putting people through tables. Maybe that's when they did some DQs. But Hager looks good. Everybody I read makes fun of Hager. He sucks. He's not good. He was never good. Hager is not supposed to be a 4-star wrestler. He's supposed to be power. Yeah, no one out there remembers a disqualification. I got to do some research. All right, we need Wardlow to get in that ring. Hager is now in the ring. Clothesline to Dash, clothesline to Dax. Hager is looking for a tag. Hager, just enter the goddamn ring. This is AEW. Why is he holding the fucking ring rope? What are you, this is AEW, it's not Bizarro Land. Oh, I'll give you my thoughts on the Jimmy Uso situation in a few moments. We go to commercial, I'll give my thoughts on that. Right now we have Dax and Hager. Hager is pointing to Wardlow, telling him to come in. And Wardlow is holding the fucking ring rope. I know people want to see the tag. That gets fans excited. I get it. Don't get me wrong. But this is AEW. I like Aubrey Edwards. I've actually really, I've said that a year ago. But see her to go like, what is this? What are those women that do the belly dancing? You have it. Look at her right now. Look at her now. Hager's got the ankle lock on, but watch now. When you watch the moves, watch when there's one-on-one in the ring. Watch. She's arguing with Tully Blanchard for some reason, and she hears all the double teaming in the ring. Tully Blanchard distracted Aubrey Edwards. Double team move on Hager. Wardlow pins Hager. Conan, where were you, man? Conan, Viva la Raza, where were you? Seriously, were you DJing? I'm just saying, I'm serious. Watch her later on. When somebody hits someone, you'll see her go like this. Like I'm on a surfboard. Conan with the mad ball on Hager. He's winding it up. They're all laughing at him. Oh, no. Tully with the low blow in the knee of Conan. Why are you running out of the ring? I like that Conan gets a little physical. I like that all these guys get a little physical. Tully was in that match, did not embarrass himself. But again, okay, we got Carl Anderson cutting a promo. This, Carl Anderson is calling out Jon Moxley. Why? That seems awfully random. I know why, but Low-Key 07, the only way that Vince McMahon takes AEW seriously is if he wakes up to headline Cena is All Elite. Nah, that's not happening. That's not happening. Vince McMahon will take this seriously when AEW starts doubling their ratings, starts selling out arenas everywhere, while WWE has a hard time selling tickets. When WWE's rating continues to sink to record levels while AEW's numbers go up, it's simple math. It's simple math. The greatest, and I've talked about it even with my shows, the greatest that you could give any haters out there is success. And the greatest to WWE and Vince McMahon is success by AEW. And when AEW has more success and WWE feels like you're stuck in mud. Because look, man, there's no question. Right now we're going to get the face-to-face with MJF and Chris Jericho, which should be fun. MJF is walking to the ring right now. But you have WWE, and they do have fun moments here and there. But as far as Raw goes, it feels like you're stuck in the mud. Even though it might be sometimes a nice, bright, sunny day, but if your tire is stuck in mud, it's stuck in mud. And you could put a piece of cardboard underneath it, or you could try to get out of it a little here and there. Right now, they can't even cry wolf. How many times, we're listening, we're going to make the changes, You know what happened? The draft will be announced, and the draft will get a little influx of additional viewers, and then a week or two later, it's back to the same shit. I mean, they've dismantled, a lot of the women's side of WWE because the facts are the facts. Other than the four horsewomen and Asuka and Ronda Rousey, for the most part, and I know I'm leaving one or two people out, no matter how much you want to try to push that wrestling should be equal women and men performing. No, should never be that. It should be whoever is entertaining you the most. If women are doing a better job than the men, then they should be featured more. You do not feature people on TV simply because it's the right thing to do, simply because you want to feel like everybody's being represented. No, that's not how you work. This is the entertainment business. So the more WWE sinks to horrid levels, and their stock starts going down and the investors start being concerned, that's when WWE will really wake up. When the investors really start dumping their stock with WWE. This is a publicly traded company. Publicly traded companies, the number one priority is to produce results financially, to show that you're managing your money, that you're being profitable. The second thing is to please your stockholders, your investors. Every single one of you that tune into everything I do, you're investors. You invest in what I do, and that's not bullshit. If nobody invests in my stuff, I'm just talking to myself. I mean, you look around with some podcast out there. I mean, if we could afford it, I would love to all send them barrels so they could all climb in and scrape the bottom, because they just are just doing this to feel important, to feel relevant, to feel like they mean something, which is sad. You got to pay attention to your audience, what they like and dislike. I'm not stupid. 2 years ago, 2+ years ago, I got a little bit too much into political talk, and a lot of people were turned off by that. And I made a concerted effort to change that. Right now, Judas's music is playing, and guess what? Miami is going to sing it at the top of their lungs, not because they have to, not because they're going to look to their right or left and see someone that, might be extra attracted to these fans because they're all singing along. They're having a good time. They're having a good time. Look at all these fans. They're having a good time. It's not brain surgery. Look, if you don't like the Judas song, I respect it. If you think this is old, I totally respect it. After a while, any song gets old. Come on, that feels good. I'm sorry. These are fans doing it because they want to do it. They're not getting $5 off their next T-shirt purchase by singing. Hey, everybody sing. You might be shown on TV. James, Jericho looks all right. Jericho's getting up there in age. The body changes a little bit. Trust me. The metabolism slows down. I got to find out if Jericho's doing keto, though. MJF is disrespecting the fans, threatening to beat their ass. It's about us, Kris. Here we are, Kris. I've beaten you twice. Begging for a match. Let's see what the stipulation is. Please, AEW, do not do the stipulation. If Jericho loses, he can never wrestle again. Do not do that. Learn from the Matt Hardy Guevara disaster. Do not do that stipulation. Please do not do that stipulation. Obviously, No matter what we say right now, it's not changing it. Trust me. They're not listening to us and reading your comments, and then somebody in a production truck gets into MJF's ear. No, change it. No stipulation. Jericho and MJF, yes, you're right, King of Waco. Jericho and MJF always cut good promos. I'm Chris Jericho. I'm not going to back down from you. I'll stand in front of a Mack truck. I'll stand in a lake infested with piranhas. I think he said that he would even stand with his mother. Said something about his mother. You do not talk about people's moms. Yeah, that pissed off MJF. What's that growth on his neck? Did he always have that? Is that a pimple or is that a birthmark or is that a growth? I'm trying to find a picture I want to share with you. MJF is irate. There goes the chairs. Oh, you're not rattling me, Chris. MJF sits back down. Here comes the stipulation, everybody. Here we go. It's a shame we got to this point because I used to look up to you. Yeah, we've heard that 7 times already. Damn, there's a picture I want to show you. They're chanting to Jericho, you still got it. One of his favorite parts of his career is when Jericho was at odds with Jon Moxley. I'm looking for a particular picture. I will find it. And this picture pisses me off. I'm almost there. MJF is still cutting a promo, giving a lot of props to Jericho, talking about Jericho's feud with Moxley. MJF grew up loving Greek mythology, excuse me. He says he talks about Jericho as a demo god and he's no longer in the key demo, which is true. MJF's favorite Greek story has to do with Hercules. MJF is going to give Jericho 4 opponents, and it's going to be all different wrestlers, all different stipulations, and Jericho has to beat all 4 of them back to back to back to back. Okay. MJF said when he beats Jericho for the 3rd time, he hopes Jericho gets through his head that MJF is better than him and Jericho knows it. Okay. If that's all it is, I'm cool with that. Oh no, Jericho, don't say it, man. Oh, don't tease the exit from AEW, man. Nobody's going to buy into that shit. Jericho is the god of battle, the god of thunder. Crowd is loving it. He said he's going to beat MJF the way he tried to ruin his life. Jericho just signed the contract. MJF says this ain't over yet. Jericho, he tells Jericho he doesn't come from a dumpster fire like Miami. Long Island. A deal is not done until both parties shake hands. Okay. MJF extends his hand. Shake my hand or the deal is off. And I still can't find the goddamn picture. Jericho just laid him out. Jericho laid him out. Look, I know it's mixed feelings about the Judas stuff and everything, but, you can't deny these two guys kill it. You got to, next up, Matt Sydal versus Andrade, his first match. Did I find the picture? Holy shit. What great timing. Wow. If there was one picture, look, everybody here is smart. We understand what pro wrestling is. When the TV starts, the show starts, no matter what wrestling product you're watching, when it starts, before it finishes, you want to suspend disbelief. You want to feel that Edge truly does hate Roman Reigns and vice versa. You want to feel that the feuds are legit. You want to suspend disbelief. When you're in a movie, you forget that it's a form of entertainment. With that said, though, especially with this Jericho MJF feud, if there was one photo that I wish never showed up online, and I'm sorry for posting this, but I know a lot of you out there know exactly the photo I'm going to post, but this is why. When you have people on the outside, and you want to put them involved with TV, or you want them as a guest backstage, or you want to put them in a skit, you got to make it clear to all of them, look, the Inner Circle and Pinnacle hate each other. They hate each other. I don't care how excited you are, how much fun you had. That motherfucker from the Jacksonville Jaguars, how do you post that? How do you post that? How do you post that? Seriously. Me, if I had a promotion, whoever the motherfucker was that leaked that photo online and having Jericho and MJF hanging out, watching the first half or the second half of the first half of the Stadium Stampede. Come on, man. Come on. Look, if I was in Miami right now during that segment, I would have popped. I would have had so much fun. I would have taken it in and enjoyed every minute of it. I would not be sitting in the chair and be like, I remember Stadium Stampede in the photo. Why are you all chanting? They don't hate each other. Did you see the photo? I would not sit there and do that. But man, the best wrestling is where you can't, the line is kind of clouded. That, yeah, it's entertainment, but you feel that there's some legit animosity in real life. These two guys, yeah, I know they perform, but, I feel like they truly dislike each other. You do that. Unacceptable, in my opinion. The last time we saw that horrendous shit, was it Titus O'Neil that posted the photo from Italy with Braun Strowman and I'm not done with you. Just like all of you, I hate Roman Reigns. And then they're standing in front of ancient statues in Italy. Ralph, man, thank you very much. I'm just expressing my views. I'm expressing my views. Today's July 7th, right? Yeah. I don't know. For some reason tonight, the Super Chats are a little bit different, the dates. We got Britt Baker in the back with Rebel. And by the way, I don't know if you tuned into last Thursday's show. She had a dislocated kneecap. Not fun, very painful, but to me, better than a tear, better than a break. We really sincerely hope Rebel does have a speedy recovery. You know what's funny, though, as I'm watching this? I don't know if you're watching this Britt Baker segment right now with Tony Schiavone and Rebel. The funny thing about this segment, watch it, and then I'm going to tell you what's funny about it. Oh, wait, does Rebel have a crutch in her left arm? That's what it looks like. She does have a crutch. She sold being injured more when she wasn't injured. Now she's legit injured, and she's just hanging out with the crutch underneath the armpit. I hope you sprayed those arms. I hope you sprayed those arms, Rebel. Look, I keep saying it. Props to Britt Baker from really turning it up and working her ass off to improve in such a short amount of time. And Adam Cole deserves a lot of love for that as well. A lot of love. Adam Cole, you have no idea how much help Adam Cole was for Britt Baker, and still is. So Mighty Mighty just finished his night shift. He's on his way home, trying to stay awake as much as possible since he was there live. Ah, okay. All right, cool. Cool. Enjoy the rest of the week. This week is flying. I can't believe tomorrow's Thursday already. At this time tomorrow, I'll be out of New York. So remember, programming, no show tomorrow, no show Friday. I will be back on Monday. You know, my apologies for my Patreon family. I will be driving tomorrow, so I cannot do any of Kevin Castle's work tomorrow. So, you know, I'm sure he's still doing a show live, but, you know, all the behind the scenes stuff, I will not be around to do tomorrow. Okay, so now we got Andrade versus Matt Sydal. And personally, I think Andrade should beat him in 2 or 3 minutes. This match should not do 6-7 minutes. I do not want to see a commercial break during this match. He's coming out with an old school mask. Kind of reminds you of Legado del Fantasma. They come out wearing a mask and then they take it off. He's wearing a pinstripe suit, I should say, kind of like Scarface, and taking it off, standing on the entranceway with Vicky Guerrero. Is that Alex Marvez on his left? I think that might be. I like to hear the AEW fans with a negative WWE chant right now. Honestly. Entourage? What entourage? It's Vicky. What are they chanting, everyone? Because, like I said, I can't put the volume too loud. I'll tell you the truth. The fans are not really reacting. I don't see cheers. I mean, obviously he's a heel. Look at the fans. It looks like cutouts in the back. Like no one's reacting. Yeah, the Black Mask, the old Batman villain. All right, technical wrestling. Wow, I'm pretty surprised. I'm pretty surprised how much the fans are not reacting at all. No anti-WWE chants, no clapping, no appreciation for the moves. Matt Sydal with a flippy roll-up for a 1. Andrade with a nice suplex. We see one guy in the mid-camera with a white T-shirt clapping. No one else is. Andrade climbs the top rope. I guess he was going to attempt a moonsault, but decided to stand there and wait for Matt Sydal to stop him. Andrade elbows Sydal. Sydal conveniently lands right smack in the middle of the ring. Matt Sydal, remember to lift your arms up. That was nice. That was nice. Crowd should react to that. He went for the moonsault. Matt Sydal rolled backwards. So Andrade landed on his feet, did an immediate flip, and splashed Sydal for a 2 count. Obviously all choreographed, but still looked really nice. Great timing. Matt Sydal does his own flip. The fans did not react at all. He's like, come on, everybody. Look at, oh my God. Look at the crowd, everybody. Holy shit. Look at that. Wow. No reaction on either side. You got that guy with the white t-shirt above the AEW logo on the center camera. He's the only one. By the way, if it gets a little dark, because when we started the show, it was still daylight over here. I couldn't have too much light. That seems like too much light. Matt Sydal, for some reason, just took a dump outside the ring. Oh, commercial break. I just put the light up a little bit. Why are you doing a commercial break in this match? Nobody wants to see methodical Andrade. This guy... Do we remember the storyline? He came out, his debut in AEW. I come out. I'm not trying to be like Andrade. I come out. Who is this motherfucker? Matt Sydal. Goes out in the middle of the fucking ring, interrupts my time for his match with Mike. Andrade should have went right to the ring and beat the living shit out of Mike Sydal that night. No. He walks to the back. Waits 2 weeks. He embarrassed me. So next week, I embarrass him. Does that look like Andrade's trying to embarrass someone? They're chain fucking wrestling. Where's the anger? Where's the hatred? Where's the heat? Matt Sydal showed you up 3 weeks ago. Nobody wants to see methodical Andrade doing spots. Everybody in AEW does spots. Right now, the Young Bucks, if they're not happy with Andrade being in AEW, you know what they're saying right now? Oh, yeah? Wait till you see tonight. Sorry, when everybody does flippy, nobody does flippy. This is not impressive. I'm not saying I don't like Andrade, but this is not impressive. Who gives a shit that Matt Sydal is outside the ring right now? Eddie, it might go 10 minutes. Why? Linux, shout out to you, my brother. He meant Jimmy Uso, obviously. We'll talk. Well, actually, maybe I should talk about it now. We're at a commercial break. I keep it plain and simple. Mish and I talked about it on Patreon yesterday. I know a lot of you are not on Patreon. In fact, 99% of you are not on Patreon. So I'm going to say this. Right now I'm debating if I should get into this now because it's a very serious conversation. But obviously we're going to end the show not too long after Dynamite is off the air. My thoughts on Jimmy Uso is this. I refrained yesterday from commenting about it on social media. What I saw written repeatedly is that alcoholism is not an illness. What we went through for the last 19 months being locked up at home mentally, that is an illness. What Jimmy Uso did was not an illness. And my honest opinion is this. I'm not defending Jimmy Uso here. He's gotten too many chances. He is a superstar. He is in a major storyline with Roman Reigns. Why does this guy think that it's okay still to get behind the wheel? He's got Naomi. I mean, this guy is fallen and each time gets a second chance, gets a third chance, gets a fourth chance. $500 bond? That costs $50 to get out of jail. My honest opinion is this. Being locked up for 18, 19 months, I know a lot of people who became dependent on alcohol, on drugs, because they were so depressed being locked up at home. I have no idea if that applies to Jimmy Uso. For some reason, I don't think it applies because Jimmy Uso was still working. Jimmy Uso was with his significant other. Jimmy Uso was with his family and his friends. Sure, he couldn't do some things that none of us could do. But this guy, after all of this time, and one thing that Mish brought up yesterday is that what about all the times that Jimmy Uso went behind the wheel and did not get caught. We have no idea how many times Jimmy Uso's been behind the wheel under the influence to the level of intoxication and never got caught. And the thing is that this guy needs to go into rehab, and this guy has a problem. When you become chemically dependent on alcohol, it takes over your body, and trust me, and I'm not defending him right now. I don't think he should be released or fired. I think that's the worst thing you could do right now. I think he should be suspended. I think he should be forced into some type of rehab. I personally think I have, the lights now, the heat, you could notice the difference. But, right now, the worst thing the court also did was give him such a low bond. They should take away his license for 5 years. They should force him to go into some type of rehab. Obviously, you can't force people to go into rehab, but WWE should give him an ultimatum. Anyway, Andrade just pinned Matt Sydal. Other than, I hate to say it, a flip here, a flip there. I mean, you got a couple of fans clapping. I mean, other than the immediate ringside area, which is mostly friends and family of the wrestlers, and they have a couple of special needs fans at ringside, they're the ones standing up. Look, Andrade is putting an arm submission on Matt Sydal, not breaking the move. The referee's trying to break the move, and Excalibur's going ballistic, and the fans are not reacting. They're not booing. They're not chanting, "You suck." The fans are completely indifferent to Andrade right now. You got maybe 5 to 10 people around ringside on camera clapping this guy. That was not very good. I'm not impressed. I mean, look, I'm impressed with Andrade. We know what he can do. This does not feel like a good fit in AEW. Unless he really provokes someone and fucks him up. Unhinged. Not, you disrespect me, I'd do something about it in 3 weeks. Shit, man. You don't do that on an entertainment pro. That's AEW's fault. That's not his fault. AEW is the one that milked this for 3 weeks. Christian right now cutting a promo talking about Matt Hardy private party. Dorian says that Jimmy Uso was found not guilty of his last DUI. Doesn't matter. It's not how many times you get convicted or released. It's the fact that he is ingesting alcohol and getting behind the wheel. If he drove today, got behind the wheel drunk, and drove home and nobody caught him, isn't that not guilty? Nobody caught him. What does that mean? This guy has been given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to clean his act up. Alcohol is obviously a big problem for Jimmy Uso. Right now, Arn Anderson is in the ring with Tony Schiavone. Talking about Brock Anderson. All right, who's going to come out and interrupt Arn? Arn Anderson giving shout outs to Miami. Crowd politely appreciating it. They love Arn Anderson. We all do. Let's get right to it. Oh, the lights went out again. The lights went out again. All right, the lights are still out. The lights are still out. Is he going to come back and he's going to be gone? Oh, there is Aleister Black. Wow. Black mass on Arn Anderson. Very, very cool, man. Very cool. See, listen to that crowd reaction compared to Andrade. Tommy End. Wait, that is not Tommy M because of Black Mass to Cody. Crowd is interesting. The crowd is popping. That's Cody that just got laid out. Malachi Black? That's what they're calling him? Malachi Black? Malachi Black. Wow, the crowd is loving it, man. Crowd is loving it. What a difference between Andrade and Aleister Black, man. Now they're chanting for Cody. They're chanting for Cody because they want to see these two guys brawl. Malachi Black. Malachi Black. All right. You know what? He's wearing all black. He's got black makeup on his face. He's got, I like it actually. All right. This is obviously spur of the moment. Malachi Black. Okay. All right. Tommy End. Malachi Black. Look, Malachi Black sounds a hell of a lot better than Tommy End. So, you know what? Pretty cool to see Zelina Vega and Aleister Black back on TV. Same week. Pretty cool. Now, seriously, if I was AEW right now look, you don't get buyer's remorse on Andrade simply because of one appearance 3 weeks ago and now the match with Matt Sydal. But you could see the difference. And let's also be honest. AEW has a pretty stacked roster already. So if these two guys are going to be on TV, that's going to take away an opportunity from someone else in the ring. So if Malachi Black is now going to feud with Cody and we don't get him involved, I do not want him with Who Dat. Do not fucking put him with that group. If they go up to, they should do something on TV where QT Marshall embraces him and says, thank you for what you did to Cody. And I want fucking Malachi Black to lay out QT Marshall. He's his own loner. Leave it to one fall to say that horrible debut. Anyway, getting back to Jimmy Uso because we're at commercial. Wow, we're already at 9:20. We got about 40 minutes left, everyone. Maybe extra 10 minutes, but so getting back to Jimmy Uso, he has gotten opportunity after opportunity to change his ways. He's had opportunities to get help, and the guy still gets behind the wheel and still drinks and drives. Now, all of you out there that drive, I'm sure for a lot of you out there, and I have admitted it myself, you're hanging out at a barbecue, you go to a bar, you have a drink or two or three, and you drive home. You think that you're able to drive home. And yes, if you have one drink or two, that would be under the legal limit for a lot of people. But there's been times where a lot of us maybe have had a little bit more, and we're convinced that we could drive home. Who wants to park their car and take a cab home and then the next day have to take a cab back to get your car just to drive home? It's very inconvenient. Doesn't matter. This guy has gotten too many opportunities. It's an illness. It's an addiction. It's something that we worry about with Jeff Hardy. That we'll always worry about with Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy, it seems that he is totally gotten, they're showing the replay of what happened just now with Cody and Malachi Black. Jeff Hardy looks like he's overcome his demons and it'll be a fight for the rest of his life. Or, and I'm not accusing, or Jeff Hardy right now could be enjoying a couple of cold ones and drive home and just not get caught. None of us know. We don't live with these people. We don't hang out with these people every day. We don't know if Jimmy Uso has been drinking every single week and just never got caught again. Or if maybe he really laid off alcohol for a year and then decided 4th of July weekend holiday, decided to, have a few and fucked up. We don't know the extent of it. No matter what, he has gotten too many opportunities. He is in a major storyline right now. And now that has to be dramatically changed. Isn't it weird or a little ironic that the storyline with Jey Uso, with Roman Reigns, is that you don't want to be mistaken for your brother. You don't want to be like, which Uso are you? And now they kind of got to flip-flop them because Jimmy Uso, personally, what I think is going to happen is what Austin said yesterday during our show. That Edge attacking Jimmy Uso to close out SmackDown, that is going to be the injury angle to write Jimmy Uso off TV for the foreseeable future. Jey Uso either needs to come back or they just keep it Roman Reigns and Edge until Money in the Bank, and then Jey Uso makes his appearance there. But obviously something needs to shift so everybody gets their thoughts away from Jimmy Uso. Next week, Brian Cage tossing out a bunch of people. He's going to take on Ricky Starks. I gave my thoughts on Zelina Vega last week. All right, now we're getting the mixed tag match. The Bunny and the Blade versus Orange Cassidy and Kris Statlander. Let's cross our fingers with Kris Statlander. If you remember my comparison of Mortal Kombat a couple of weeks ago, when we did that live watch-along, that was pretty sad. And for anybody that didn't tune into that watch-along, what we figured out about Kris Statlander is if you think of the Mortal Kombat video game, and you're playing a character and you're doing move, and as you're doing it, your energy level goes down. And then you have to wait a little bit for your energy level to go back up. And what happens with Kris Statlander is she hits move, and looks great at it, but her energy level goes down very, very low, and then she tries the one extra move. And that one extra move is the one that usually is either escapes serious injury or does cause a little damage or just looks horrible on TV. And as that match was going on, we were talking about it, and she did some type of pile driver, and we said, the energy level, and sure enough, she did one move too many, and we thought that, what was it, the bunny that got dropped on the neck? It just looked scary. And after the night was over, a bunch of people DM'd me like, oh my God, you got to watch that back and listen to what we were saying as the match was going on. Watch tonight. We got to really pay. Now, maybe that doesn't happen tonight because it is a mixed tag. So the focus is not just on Kris Statlander, but watch. She'll do a flurry of moves, and then she tries the one extra one, and a lot of times it looks very, very shaky, that one move. So right now we have Orange Cassidy and the Bunny. Come on, man. Bunny's talking shit to Orange Cassidy. She winds back to punch Orange Cassidy. Goes like this, and she stops. Crowd loves Orange Cassidy. She's had it. That I liked. She's like, all right, Blade, you get in there, kick his ass. Orange Cassidy is, the fans just want to have fun, man. And you know what's good? Orange Cassidy can do it in the ring. That's the thing. Now watch Aubrey Edwards, like I said before. We're going to see it. She's going to look like she's on a surfboard. Watch. There he goes. Watch. She's planted. Here it goes. It's going to look like she's on a surfboard. Wait, all right, watch. Look, her hands are on. Look, the waves are coming. Watch. Here he goes. Look. Here we go. Watch. Watch. She's going to plant her feet. Watch. It's almost like Orange Cassidy, yes, you are right. He is perfect for the fans. All right, here we go. Exchanges with the Bunny and Kris. All right, you exerted a lot of energy. All right, you got kicked in the stomach. She's waiting. She got knee to the head. All right, hopefully that energy level is going back up a little bit. Okay, power slam. That brought Chris's energy down to about 62%. All right, Kris Statlander, picking up Bunny slowly. Shot to the head. Energy level going to 67%. Here's a chop, 65%. There we go. Here's another chop, 65%. Here, Aubrey Edwards about to do there she goes. Look, hey, watch. Hey. Oh, Kris, the energy level's going down to 32%. Below Tegan Nox levels. There you go, holding her up. Trust me, that's making Kris Statlander's arms a little bit weak right now. Yeah, okay. Crowd is loving it. There's the suplex. All right, now you need to either tag out. Okay, she missed the Sabu flip. Okay, there's run. Blade grabs the boot of Statlander. Her energy level's getting a little bit low right now. Here's where we got to be a little concerned, everybody. Commercial break. Oh, saved by the commercial break. Yeah, there you go. Methodical. Yeah, so now it's just going to be Gaga for the next 2 minutes and 2 seconds. We're going to see the Bunny run in the corner, and she'll connect. Yeah, because the commercial break. Bunny, yeah, there you go. Yeah. As soon as we go back to commercial, Kris Statlander, it's going to be like she ate a can of spinach. She's going to be like... So Jimmy Uso, legit, I pray for him. I'll sit at my bed going, please be. I hope this guy loses his license for a couple of years. I hope WWE forces him into rehab. I hope that something happens where it gets into his head. I gotta change. I gotta just, obviously, whatever has happened in the past has not scared him straight enough. That the guy thinks that he is well enough to drive home. The fact that he's still drinking, it's not illegal to drink, but obviously the guy doesn't know when to say when he's got a pair of car keys in his hand. And the guy has been caught a couple of times and was let off the hook the last time around. But the fact that this guy is still getting behind, especially in a major storyline, this is something that is taking him over. Shit, man. If I have look at my job. By the way, we're still a commercial. I'm an insurance broker since 98. I'm a safety instructor also. And one of the things, as far as being a safety instructor, is I got to have a clean license. I can't speed. I can't run red lights. I can't cut people off, although I want to. I can't do anything. If I get points on my license, I can't be a safety instructor. I need money. Moolah, wampum. I need money in my pocket. I want to prepare for my wedding. I want to pay off bills. And any work that I get is very, very important. So what do? I make sure I don't speed. I make sure I don't run red lights. I make sure that I don't put myself in a position where my job could get fucked up. Jimmy Uso, obviously, this is not a priority. I hope he could turn it around, man. I hope he could turn it around. We will never know if he just drinks every week and just got lucky up until Monday, or maybe he truly did stop drinking and had a lapse. And yes, setbacks suck. Setbacks happen to a lot of people. Ex Jake the Snake Roberts. He could write a book. Jericho just did the listed the book of Jericho, all his matches. Jake Roberts could write a book of every time that he fell off the wagon. Seriously. All right, we are back. All right, Kris Statlander. All right, she did a beautiful suplex, and you could tell that she is a little, the energy level. Okay, you got to go for the tag, man. You got do not go for another power move right now. Oh, she's climbing the top rope. She is going slowly to eat into the crowd. The bunny's got to move out of the way. Okay, well, no, please. We do not want, okay. Bunny suplexes Statlander. Allie actually could work, man. All right, she got the tag to Blade. Now Blade is in the ring with Statlander. Okay, this will be interesting. Obviously, Statlander will get the upper hand so the crowd could pop. There ain't no way that the Blade is going to beat the shit out of Statlander. This is AEW. This is 2021. This is not Attitude Era. Yeah, come on. She's like, come on. There you go. There you go. Statlander offense. Yeah, what the fuck was that, man? Oh, Blade is like, come touch me, Orange. Let me catch you. Horrible. DDT by Orange Cassidy. 2 count. Near fall. Orange Cassidy climbing the top rope. This was not Orange Cassidy's fault in any way. That was just sloppy by the bunny and by Statlander. The bunny pushed Orange Cassidy. Oh, Statlander. Oh, be fucking careful, everyone. All right. Turnbuckle to that. Oh, no. Oh, no. Statlander, please. Oh, there. Yeah, she's going to hit the Blade. Yeah, the Blade. Yeah, hang on. Put your arms close together. There you go. Nice 450 by. She should not do another move for the rest of the match. Statlander should not do another move. End your work on that move. The Blade putting brass knuckles. You just took a fucking 450. Why are you standing up in the ring? Ali slipped the brass knucks. Why is Aubrey outside the ring on the floor talking to Bunny, who is not doing anything illegal? Yeah. That's bad. That's it. You can't kick out from brass knucks to the head. Oh, Kris Statlander is legal. Oh, there we go. Here's the fruit roll-up, everybody. Oh, be careful. Big Bang Theory for the 3. I tell you, we cannot criticize her for this match. Let's just hope that the head didn't connect. I tell you, I like that little story that Orange Cassidy was not the legal person in the ring. The problem is, this is fucking AEW. Now suddenly the rules matter? Come on, man. How many times do we see pins with 4 people in the ring? Michael Gonzalez, I talked about Terry Funk several weeks ago. I still even have, some of the letters and stuff. I mean, this is a personal letter that Terry Funk wrote me 20-something years ago. Look, I'm not going to try to be an asshole about this, but I'm going to just say it like it is. Suddenly, Terry Funk became a news story because somebody heard Morocco's podcast, and Morocco said that he's suffering from dementia. So everybody ran with it as a news story. People don't report news unless someone says it first and then they cut and paste it. 3.5 weeks ago, we talked about Terry Funk not being in great health. Terry Funk, ever since his wife died, it feels like something died inside him as well. He's got horrible arthritis. He can't, remember we talked about he can't sign autographs anymore. Please, everybody, don't send me things to sign. I can't sign it. But it was only a month ago where Terry Funk was going to be at another convention. Now suddenly dementia's kicked in. That quit. Listen, even Tommy Dreamer called Terry Funk yesterday, and Tommy Dreamer said, it's not as anywhere near what people are thinking. Terry Funk is not in good health. But that's something we've talked about for weeks and weeks and weeks. Just because 95 websites suddenly give a shit, because one site did, oh my God, news story. Oh, I get attention. I don't roll with that. I talked about it 3-4 weeks ago when nobody else gave a shit. So I pray for Terry Funk. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. But I don't make it a top news story or my title or anything like that simply because everybody else is talking about it. I talked about it 3-4 weeks ago. Nobody talked about a damn thing about it. Yeah, his wife died, Kris. His wife died. True. Legit. His wife died. So who's in the ring right now? Is that Nunez? Miami is eating this up. I don't know about fans at home. Is that Dan Lambert? He's saying AEW sucks. Wait, is this Dan Lambert? Champions. I got news for you, man. He cuts a fucking awesome promo, man. I'm a fan. I am a fan. Who's going to come out and attack him? Who is going to confront him? Wait, this is Jerry. This isn't Jerry. Please, if you don't know who he is, please don't guess. Yeah, Lambert. Lambert, I'm liking him, man. Who is going to come out, though? Arturo Ruas? Holy shit, I love this fucking promo. What I love about this promo is no stuttering, no thinking. It just feels like it's coming from here. Who's going to come out? Lance Archer? What are you going to do, choke slam? Oh, nice elbow. You got it. What are we getting here? Reverse Razor's Edge. Well, he's going to flip him over. Blackout. Okay, this was pretty awesome, but then what? Then what? Now what with Lance Archer? Next week, Darby Allin, Ethan Page, coffin match. Next week, Matt Hardy versus Christian Cage. Okay, I'm fine with seeing that again. Brian Cage versus Ricky Starks for the FTW Championship. Next week, Penelope Ford, Yuka Sakazaki. Nice to see Yuka Sakazaki. Say that fast 10 times. Hangman Page will do an interview next week. Jon Moxley versus Carl Anderson for the IWGP United States Championship. Next, the main event. Wow, we're already at main event time. Holy shit, it's 9:40. Man, I got to tell you, I thought Lambert killed it, man. He killed it. He's got charisma. Here's the main event, everybody. Look, I appreciate everybody who tuned in with me live tonight. Anybody who tunes in afterwards. You know, for those that may not tune in every single week, The reason why I'm up here tonight at 8 o'clock instead of 10 is because early tomorrow morning I am going on vacation. I am going to Connecticut. I'm going to go visit a couple of friends that live in Connecticut, and I'm going to stop by the two casinos, Foxwoods and Mohegan Sun, for a day, and then go from there. My friend has a house, so we don't have to pay, for a place, and I'm going for 5 days. I didn't want to end the show tonight at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then by the time I put everything online, it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I got to get up at 6:30, 7 o'clock. So by me doing this watch along, I could finish the show tonight between like 10 and 10:30 p.m. I could put it online by 11:30ish. And then hopefully I'll be asleep by 12 and I'll get 6 hours sleep before I'm on the road. So that's the deal. I know there's a lot of you out there that do not like watch-alongs, and I understand why. These are not easy to do, especially when matches. I don't like doing play-by-play. I try to have, sub-conversations with everybody during the show. But, rather than not do a show at all, I figured we could spend a little time, watch AEW Dynamite together. I think tonight has been an excellent show. Last week, I said what a lot of you said and what we said for weeks. They go back to Wednesdays. They'll be right back to their 800,000-900,000 viewership range. At times, they'll break 1 million. At times, they'll be in the sevens. That's the way it is. They went right back, almost 900,000. Decent job tonight. Honestly, I don't see why they can't do an even better rating. I think the story today will be the fact that Aleister Black made his AEW debut. It's a shame that WWE could not work out a deal to bring him back. And I know what you're all going to say. You'd rather see him do what he does in AEW than WWE. Because WWE obviously didn't know what to do with this guy, didn't appreciate the creative, mind of this guy. And yes, AEW will allow him to really have a hands-on approach with his character and storyline. No question. He will have much more freedom in AEW than he will in WWE. The only thing I'm concerned about is what I've been saying about a lot of other guys. After Cody, then what? Miro? Maybe. You think Kenny Omega? Maybe. Personally, what I could see happening is I could see Hangman Page beating Kenny Omega for the championship, and then maybe you have Malachi Black versus Hangman Page. That would be a pretty sweet feud. I think that could be the way to go. Now, for people who have been in AEW for a while, to see Malachi Black immediately get pushed into the main event picture a month from now, I don't know if that's going to rub a lot of people the right way. There's people that have been busting their ass that we feel should be in the main event picture, and they haven't gotten an opportunity. You think of Brian Cage, you think of these number one contenders spots over the last 7-8 months, and some of these people, Pac, yeah, he had the 3-way at the pay-per-view, but never fit. And by the way, what are they doing with the Pac? Since then, what are they doing? You know what I mean? There's a lot of wrestlers like that. Look at Lance Archer. They have him basically laying out a non-wrestler who is disrespecting AEW. Is he turning into AEW's 911? Anybody that was an ECW fan in the mid-90s, is Lance Archer turning into AEW's 911? When people talk shit, he goes out there and hits a move, crowd loves it, and he just goes to the back. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So right now, the Young Bucks just made it out to the ring. We got some fans giving love to the Young Bucks. Eddie Kingston and Penta are already in the ring. They're obviously imitating Shawn Michaels, if you notice. We got the streamers. It's going to be a street fight. So this is going to be a brawl, a clusterfuck, a car accident, but a lot of us enjoy that. There we go, street fight. We are at 9:45, so this street fight will go for about 13 minutes. Don Callis is on commentary. Oh, fucking Eddie Kingston, man. Love it. Is he wearing a Terry Funk shirt, man? I have probably like 15 Terry Funk shirts. You know, a lot of people that don't know, and I'm sorry for showing this, but since everybody had Terry Funk on their mind, when I met Terry Funk 23 years ago, when him and Cactus were tag team champions for that short period of time, I got to eat with them, and I was on his shoot interview. And coming home from Philly that day, I almost got arrested. There was a road rage incident. My ex beat the shit out of a woman in another car, and I almost got arrested. The other driver almost got arrested. And when I called Feinstein to be on the shoot interview to ask a question, told him what happened. And a week later, I get this from Terry Funk, you know, had a great time with you in Philly. Then when he found out that I got engaged, Terry Funk wrote this personal letter to me about marriage and everything. And then next thing I know, I get a branding iron in the mail, lots of shirts. I got 2 shirts, autographs stored away that never was ever on sale. Maybe I have to whip them out next week. Storm, I'm going to briefly talk about NXT. I mean, there was 4 matches yesterday. A lot of it was very predictable. Cameron Grimes now being the Butler for LA Knight for a month. A lot of these skits are already recorded. They're going to really humiliate Cameron Grimes. And honestly, it's working. I never in a million years ever thought that I would get behind Cameron Grimes' character. He was probably my most hated wrestler in NXT. I just never connected with him. Don't like him. But this storyline is now got me hooked a little bit. And what they do with Cameron Grimes, humiliating him for the next couple of weeks, that is just going to get him over even more with the fans. The match yesterday was excellent. The fans were behind it. They loved it. Right now, Eddie Kingston is in the ring with a garbage can. Penta is setting up a table outside the ring. Eddie Kingston is now with a table inside the ring, and he is breaking it apart. He is taking the leg off of the table. We'll use that as a weapon in a moment. Penta slammed headfirst into the table on the outside. Now Eddie Kingston is going to attempt to suplex the Young Bucks. That will not happen. Eddie Kingston is about to go through the table. There you go. All right. Oh, Cutler, get the fuck out of here, man. Powerbomb onto the table, but the table inside the ring. Did we just get a Canadian destroyer through the table outside the ring? That was a sick fucking move, man. Holy shit is right. Why? But Penta is getting up quicker. That was a Canadian destroyer on the edge of the ring apron through the table outside the ring. It looked incredible. It looked fucking incredible. Penta is already up, though. I would have sold the table a little bit further. He got nailed. Oh, no commercial. Come on. Fucking picture, man. You don't do that with a street fight. I know we could watch it, but you know you're going to get gaga for the next 2.5 minutes. Everything slows down now. You want a street fight, nonstop brawling and violence. Gaga. Mexican destroyer, excuse me. Mexican destroyer through the table. Looked beautiful, though. Beautiful. So while we're at commercial break, We have, looks like Nick Jackson, garbage pail shot to Eddie Kingston's head. Now he's kind of mocking Kingston with a couple of smushes to the face with his foot. Eddie Kingston now on his feet, couple of chops. Reversal, kick to Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston back on the mat because we're at a commercial break. So expect a lot of slow down. Cutlet outside the ring with the spray, the cold spray. Garbage can to Penta. Penta selling it like he just got hit over the head with a brick. Now we have one of the Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler setting up another table outside the ring. You don't have to worry about the people at ringside. Those are friends and family. Those are not all paid fans. So you don't have to worry about anybody doing any funny stuff. Setting up a suplex. Eddie Kingston reverses it. Eddie Kingston with a suplex onto, I believe that's Matt Jackson in the ring. You know, my box is tiny. For some reason with the tablet, I don't know if you all could see this for a second. You see how they have it? I don't know why it's not full screen, but I ain't going to fuck with it now and then lose the picture. And then I can't comment on what is going on. Yeah, I got to tell you, tonight's Dynamite was fun. This watch-along was fun. I had a great time. I just wish we didn't have to go to commercial break. We're at 9:52. So yesterday also, MSK retaining the tag titles over Ciampa and Thatcher, which we all pretty much expected. This was basically high-flying versus brawling, which is their styles. Match was excellent, too. I honestly thought at some point Thatcher and Ciampa were going to get it. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but I think MSK should go to either Raw or SmackDown. The fans, you know, they have warmed up to MSK a lot. So we'll continue that in a second. We're back from commercial. Matt Jackson with a senton off the top rope. Eddie Kingston had a garbage pail rested on his chest. Senton onto the garbage pail for a 2 count. Penta with a fruit roll-up. Attempted fruit roll-up. Super kick. Thrust kick. Excuse me. 2 sling blades. 1 to each member of the Young Bucks. Matt Jackson back in the ring after taking that Mexican destroyer. Ooh, shot to the, looked like pretty low to Nick Jackson. Nick still selling the neck from the Mexican destroyer. Eddie Kingston back in the ring. Eddie Kingston shoved in the corner. Nick Jackson with a kick to Kingston knocks him down. I tell you, man, either Matt Jackson has a little bit of soreness from that spot or he is selling it like $1 million. Even when he did the cannonball just now, he held his neck as he went in. So let's be honest, they're actually doing a pretty damn good job selling this stuff right now, which a lot of times you don't see. Eddie Kingston on spaghetti legs. That was pretty stupid. We had Matt Jackson on the top rope, and Nick Jackson got thrown into the corner. He flipped upside down, just waiting to get super kicked by Penta. Eddie Kingston, rear choke on Matt Jackson. Nick Jackson's climbing the top rope. He's going to dive off to try to break up the move. Nick Jackson just did a 450, it looks like, on the referee. Wow. Now, in storyline, why wouldn't Tony Khan not suspend the Young Bucks? Just did a 450 onto the referee, intentionally onto the referee. Here comes clusterfuck, Gallows and Anderson. Tell you, no, I think the referee, I hate the referee. He deserved it. But why wouldn't Tony Khan not suspend him now? This is what happens when you do shit like this. You can't just do whatever you want simply because you have a TV show. You know, it's got to make a little bit of sense. Tell me that ref spot wasn't pretty cool, but still. Penta with a tope over the top rope onto Gallows and Anderson. Remember, this is for the titles. So obviously we needed interference because I don't think Penta and Kingston are winning tonight. I think Kingston is going to win the tag titles in New York next month. Spear by Mac Jackson to Kingston. Cutler is going to try to spray Penta, but he's going to duck. He ducked, but he didn't spray him in the face. Now he tries to do it again, and he will not succeed. Frankie Kazarian with Brandon Cutler up in the air. Why is Brandon Cutler spraying? Was he orgasming? Anyway, Cutler went through the table outside the ring. Kazarian's outside the ring. They're going to give us the feeling that Penta and Kingston are about to win the tag titles. The referee is now getting up. Why wouldn't the referee just immediately disqualify the Young Bucks? Eddie Kingston with a shot to Matt Jackson's face. There is no referee. Here comes another referee. 1, 2, pulled out by Matt Jackson. Oh, yeah, that's right. It can't be a street disqualification. It's a street fight. Duh. Shame on all of you that didn't correct me on that. Nah, Harris, you're a little too late, my friend. You're a little too late. But you still can't do that to a referee, though, right? Oh, here we go with thumbtacks. Eddie Kingston with a bag of thumbtacks. Eddie Kingston will be taking those thumbtacks. Or Penta. I think it's going to be Kingston, though. Yeah. Why a streamer? That's tissue paper. Nice garbage pail shot to Nick Jackson's head. Oh, Penta's probably going to take the tax. I know, Harris, I know. He was legit typing it when I said it. I know. Harris is one of the astute, quick ones. Well, look at the time, everyone. It's 9:58. The match is ending right now. Penta is on the top rope. Matt Jackson is climbing the top rope as well. They're standing on the middle rope. Now they're going to the top rope. Oh, a little wobbly on that top rope, man. Huracanrana onto Penta. 1, 2, 2 count. Eddie Kingston. That's the new break hold. The other tag team member just pushing someone into the pile to break up the spot. Fans chanting AEW loud right now. Penta double chops to the Young Bucks, but that will end right now. There you go. Double super kick. Throwing thumbtacks in Penta's face. I like that. Very smart. But they're not winning the tag titles tonight, everybody. There we go. Another super kick. There you go. We're at 9:59. 2, 3. I think Kingston wins the belt, the tag titles in New York. The only question is who his partner will be. Will it be Phoenix? Will it be Penta? Will it be Kingston? Will it be Moxley? Or could it be another New Yorker? That's all I'm going to say. No, I think they're losing it in New York. I really believe that. I think they are going to lose it in New York. I don't have any insider scoops on that, but it just feels like Kingston winning it in New York is the way to go. So we are done with Dynamite. I tell you, I'll say this. I'll say this, everybody. Now you have my full attention. The only thing I thought was stupid in that match, not even the referee thing, the only thing I thought was stupid in that match was actually picking up a couple of streamers and throwing it into Kingston's face. If anybody out there knows what streamers are, it is like the tissue paper that you put in like a box when you wrap like a gift. If it was heavy, the minute you shoot it in the air, it would fall like a ton of bricks. It is the lightest of the light. It is like tissue paper. And to throw streamers and Eddie Kingston selling it like he was blinded by it, I got to be honest with you. You know I love Kingston, and you know that I am a fan of all the promotions out there. That is one of the dumbest things that I've ever seen. Doesn't take away from the fact that the match was awesome. Tonight's Dynamite was a lot of fun. That little streamer thing I thought was really stupid, to be honest with you. So anyway, just a couple of quick thoughts with NXT. As I said, Cameron Grimes, now the Butler for LA Knight. A lot of vignettes already recorded. Cameron Grimes is quickly becoming one of the biggest baby faces in NXT, which I know surprises a hell of a lot of people out there. And I'm even buying into it. We had Tegan Nox make her return, which we talked about yesterday. I do want to bring up something here. Hang on a second. I want to bring up the participants that were announced for the NXT Breakout Tournament. I just want to see if I have them here. Actually, you know what would be really cool? If someone in the chat could post all the names for the Breakout Tournament. Although I will tell you this. Oh, no, never mind. I got them. The Breakout Tournament's going to be Trey Baxter, Carmelo Hayes, Andre Chase, Josh Briggs, Ikemen Jiro, Joe Gacy, Odyssey Jones, and Duke Hudson. Anybody remember who Duke Hudson was? Do you remember when I used to call a certain tag team Stink and Vink? Yeah. He was Brandon Vink. Now he is Duke Hudson. I think, some love for Harlem Bravado. Okay. Me personally, I think Carmelo Hayes wins it. Carmelo Hayes just has it. Something about Carmelo Hayes. I tell you, I actually love Odyssey Jones's look. I think he's got a great look, kind of like Junkyard Dog meets Mark Henry. I got to see him in an NXT ring to really evaluate it. But Joe Gacy I like as well. Yeah, I know there's a lot of names, and if people out there don't follow wrestling outside of WWE for the most part, they wouldn't recognize any of these names. But I think this tournament is going to be a little bit better than people expect. I don't recall the Acclaim being on the shows this week. Earlier I mentioned that MSK retained their tag titles against Ciampa and Thatcher. The fucking fruit roll-up. I am so sick and tired of fruit roll-ups. That is WWE's go-to when they want a team to lose without eating. I mean, it's obviously what I'm saying is Captain Obvious. In fact, Captain Obvious, earlier we talked about Jimmy Uso, what happened with the DUI. If you want an example of why I hate so many of these wrestling news websites out there, it's what we read yesterday. Do you see how many people who actually have Patreon accounts that made you pay money to read about how WWE reacted to Jimmy Uso's DUI arrest? And do you know what they actually made people pay money to read? that WWE management is furious. Captain fucking obvious. Jimmy Uso, in a major storyline, falls off the wagon again and gets arrested for DUI. And people are actually reporting that WWE management is furious about it. What the fuck do you think that WWE is going to be? Oh, yeah, you know what? Jimmy, you got pinched, Jimmy, you got pinched. You know, it's not, you got to be a little more careful. Hey, Jimmy, since you're not going to be at SmackDown this week, Jimmy, hey, or the WWE management was behind the Capitol Wrestling Center Monday or or wherever they were, and they did this outside. Jimmy, man, this is for you. You think they poured a 40 outside the ring because they felt bad for him? Captain fucking obvious. These people are stupid. I just dropped my good sparkling water all over the floor. Clean that up. Oos, this is for you, Oos. I read that and I'm like, man, this horrendous. MSK, I think, needs to go to Raw or SmackDown. The draft this year will involve NXT. The Money in the Bank could involve NXT. Remember what I brought up Friday. Pay very close attention to what Zelina Vega said in her promo. She expects to win the briefcase, which we know she's not, but she expects to win the briefcase, and then she can challenge for the Raw, SmackDown, or NXT Women's Championship. Remember last week when I talked about Nick Khan. The Nick Khan effect in WWE is in full force, and now it is focusing on the on-air talent. That is why you are seeing NXT wrestlers performing on main event. That's why you will see NXT wrestlers perform occasionally at dark matches, house shows, super shows, whatever you want to call them, because Nick Khan, whether people like him or not, Nick Khan is basically taking WWE and saying, we're in 2021. Why do we need 50 people in this department in the office? We got technology has advanced so much. We don't need 50 people to do all these things. 20 people could do the same thing. Why do we need two separate departments for this and this? They could do it together. Why do we need a whole 205 live roster when there's NXT stars that don't compete on TV every single week? Why can't we put an NXT star in a dark match? Why can't we put him on a main event? Why can't we have some people work on That's what's happening. Just because somebody works main event doesn't mean suddenly that they're destined for the main roster. Some of these names will end up on the main roster. Did you see the seed planted yesterday by Karrion Kross? That his goals, he already reached the goal of becoming NXT champion, but two of his other goals are to main event WrestleMania and become the WWE champion. You don't hear wrestlers on NXT cut many promos talking about how they want to go to WWE. Yes, they're all the same company, but to be WWE champion. Next week, we have Gargano versus Karrion Kross for the championship. Samoa Joe will be the special guest referee. A lot of people, are nervous, thinking that Karrion Kross is going to drop that title next week to Johnny Gargano. And look, you have every right to cheer who you want to cheer. You have every right to get behind who you want to get behind. But, to see some of these goofs out there that have to belittle the opponent simply because they literally are like this, to some of the people that they see on TV. Johnny Gargano is one of NXT's biggest stars. The way they have been slowly turning them babyface, which if you tune into my shows every week, you already knew that. Adam Cole. I actually read a boatload of people yesterday wondering, why is Adam Cole being cheered? You think that they would have realized it when they cheered when he ate Karrion Kross up for lunch in the promo. And you know me, I am one of Karrion Kross's biggest fans out there. And Karrion Kross, as time goes by, he will, I think, surpass anything Adam Cole has been doing. But one thing that these people, you would think this would be Captain Obvious. Anybody who has been in NXT for an extended period of time, especially during COVID, the fans acknowledge how important they were for that roster, how important they were for their wrestling entertainment, especially during COVID. Adam Cole has been the MVP for NXT for a couple of years, maybe not recently as much. So the fans acknowledge how important Adam Cole is to that product. So when Adam Cole goes out there and busts his ass, the crowd loves it. They get behind it. It's not a shot to Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly has been in the Undisputed Era all this time. It is going to take a while for Kyle O'Reilly to get on a level of Kushida or someone else. He is popular. He is over with the fans. But Adam Cole is just that much bigger. And that's why they do that. Ciampa and Thatcher. We noticed it a month and a half ago. SoFly, I remember his comment. He said, anybody notice MSK is not as over as people try to play it out to be? And Thatcher and Ciampa are a great, fun tag team. And Ciampa, I mean, everybody remembers everything that he has done, DIY and everything else. They love the fucking guy. One thing about the wrestling fans, they go to the Capitol Wrestling Center, even before COVID, most of the times you'd see the same fans in attendance week after week after week after week after week. It's loyalty. It reminds me of the ECW crowd from back in the day. It's loyalty. It's not that they're going touring into different states, and this state, they might cheer Cole more, and this state, they might cheer someone else. That's what it is. It's not brain surgery. I can't understand how people don't understand that. Dexter Lumis helping Johnny Gargano, that is a possibility, Mike, in New York. They finally went to the next level, and Dexter Lumis comes and takes Indi Hartwell basically to console her after losing the tag championships to Zoey Stark and Io Shirai. That one I was a little surprised of. Tegan Nox making a return, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago. I joked and said Tegan Nox was going to be the countdown on the phone, the battery level, and it was. Zoey Stark and Io Shirai is a tag team I got to get used to. But I have had a lot of high praise for Zoey Stark, and I like her. Yesterday, Mish and I had a great convo on Patreon about Zoey Stark. To me, Zoey Stark, not the most beautiful woman on the roster, not the most talented woman on the roster, not the most, flashy woman on the roster, but she's got enough of everything, and she looks badass. Yesterday, I compared her to, if you walked into, you like these older movies from like the 80s especially, you walk into a biker bar, and you see like smoke, and it's cloudy, and there's like an old jukebox blasting music, and there's like a pool table in the corner, and there's a bunch of guys, a bunch of bikers playing pool at the pool table, and there's one chick at the pool table that is just kicking the shit out of all of the guys playing pool. And then somebody gets a little bit too rowdy, and the chick beats the shit out of the guy. To me, that's Zoey Stark. Zoey Stark, that's the aura. I think she's badass. I like Zoey Stark. I got to get used to the tag team of her and Io Shirai, because something tells me when they lose those belts, we might actually see a feud between the two. Yeah, Harris, a lot of people remember my joke. Let's hope Tegan Nox stays at 100%. Hell, we'd be happy if Tegan Nox stays at 75%. What we don't want to have happen is 3 or 4 weeks from now, Tegan Nox is not on TV for 2-3 weeks, and then somebody gets sneaks a picture in the locker room, and the battery level is only at 18%. Oh, Tegan, what happened? What happened, Tegan? Have we ever had 100% Tegan Nox? By the way, want to make mention of this. Time is it? 10:14? We'll go 15 more minutes, then we'll jet out of here, because a lot of you have hung out with me tonight since 8 o'clock. Shout out to everybody who is hanging out now. We did a watch-along of AEW Dynamite, which is going to be a rarity. Watch-alongs are not going to be the regular thing here, but we did it tonight. I think I'm going to shut this light off. It's aggravating the shit out of my nose, that heat. Ugh. My nose looks red. Didn't help wearing this for 3.5 hours Monday night. But that was funny, man. Any of you missed Raw on Monday? I told you. I don't know why people thought. That wasn't going to happen. Look at it closely. There you go. WWE sent me a Raw shirt. I didn't ask. Oh, I asked for it, but they sent me one complimentary. And I said, put me at ringside. And they put me at ringside. Thank you. Gotta express our condolences. All right. For those that may not be aware of this, we had a death in pro wrestling today. Chris Youngblood passed away. And I want to pull up his age. I think he was only 55 years old. I kid you not. I'm just pulling up his age. Just give me 1 second. Here it is. 55 years old, Chris Youngblood. A lot of you may remember him and his brother Ricky. They were in World Class for a little while. WCW for maybe 1 year, I think. But we had back in the 80s, Chris J. Youngblood. This was around the time with Sergeant Slaughter and Darn Canoodle. But I'm not trying to be a jerk here. I always knew who Chris was out of the two from the space between his teeth. I kid you not. And anybody that ever was a follower of Chris Youngblood's career, you always knew, oh, that's Chris. He's the one with the gap in his teeth. He never fixed the gap. And, I heard recently that, if I'm correct, Chris Youngblood's son was dating the granddaughter of Dory Funk Jr., which is pretty cool. But, man, 55 years old. I have no idea what the cause of death was. That's scary, man, because I'm not that far away from being 55. He looked like he was in good health. Nothing I saw online that led anything that there was any issues going on. His last tweet might have been like 2 weeks ago. I have no idea what happened. But I wanted to mention it because, unfortunately, that name I think is not big enough for people out there. You'll have some people, and let's be honest, the cut and paste. We are saddened to learn of the death of Chris. You're not fucking sad. You don't even know who the fuck he was. I hate when people do that. We are saddened to learn the death of Chris Youngblood. But I know some of you out there definitely knew who he was. Because a lot of you are old like me. Rest in peace, Chris Youngblood. When I find out what happened, I'll let you all know. Getting back to NXT from yesterday, we had the setup for next week, as we said, Karrion Kross versus Johnny Gargano for the NXT Championship. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Some people, I don't know if they'll be able to handle if Karrion Kross loses the belt. I expect Samoa Joe to go at it. Maybe Karrion Kross shoves Samoa Joe and Samoa Joe chokes him out. Somebody mentioned a few moments ago, I think it was Mike, maybe Dexter Lumis helps because right after Indi Hartwell lost that tag title yesterday, here's Dexter Lumis. The storyline, and remember, Dexter Lumis is my favorite NXT wrestler. It's getting very difficult to keep it when he does absolutely nothing on TV. And this storyline, now keep in mind, he is my favorite wrestler. This storyline has been horrendous with Indi Hartwell. It's been horrendous. I mean, do you realize it's been 4 fucking months? Where is this going? It's the storyline that will not end. I mean, what is this? It almost feels like what they wanted to do with Murphy and Aaliyah, but they decided to do it. They're going to do it with Indi Hartwell and Dexter Lumis instead. Hit Row. You know what? We'll save Hit Row for last. I hope I don't offend anybody out there. Adam Cole beating Kyle O'Reilly yesterday, I think we all felt Adam Cole needed to get his win back. In fact, I'm trying to think one step ahead. If Johnny Gargano does beat Karrion Kross for that championship, and if Karrion Kross then goes to Raw or SmackDown, I could see Adam Cole going right back into the championship picture. Yes, they were just in a 5-way, but I think to myself, who is Johnny Gargano going to feud with? Are we possibly going to have Austin Theory turn on him? I don't see that. I don't see that yet. Maybe a couple of months from now. But, yes, Dexter. But Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, look, I loved the match yesterday. They tore it up. Problem is, we had that epic match where they were both on stretchers, going to the hospital, cursing each other out while they're strapped in a stretcher. Anything after that feels like a step down. This felt yesterday more like Adam Cole getting his win back. And no, Kyle O'Reilly loses nothing yesterday by losing the match. But this is just to remind everyone who the top dog is in NXT, or one of the top dogs is, and that's Adam Cole. So we got to see what happens next with this picture. It could have an I Quit match. They could. But this almost feels like Bayley and Bianca Belair. Bayley and Bianca Belair should have ended in Hell in a Cell. Now they're having another match after it. It's all ass backwards. They should have had a regular match. There may be an added stipulation if you want to do I Quit. And then it culminates Hell in a Cell. Changes lives forever. Not in this case. Here, Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, it should have ended with them going to the hospital. But they want Adam Cole to get his win back, and he got his win back. Ciampa, look, oh. I don't have the transcript in front of me, but we're going to end on two funny notes tonight. Arturo Ruas did an interview. If you tuned into my show last week, we had a bunch of laughs about Diamond Mine. And I am very concerned about Diamond Mine. If you remember, I think it was last Thursday, I said, I am really concerned because Roderick Strong had a match, never cut a promo about why they're together. You didn't even have Malcolm Bivens get on the mic. And I said last week, Arturo Ruas was supposed to be in that group. If anybody remembers the preview of the show the week before, when Diamond Mine was going to debut, I had Arturo Ruas' silhouette in the background. And then I had to delete it and put Malcolm Bivens instead because Ruas got released. And the one thing that I said last week that everybody had a real good laugh about was that what it feels like with Diamond Mine, the way it debuted, and then Roderick Strong having the match with no promo, no nothing. If you remember what I said I could picture Triple H and Shawn Michaels and whoever else is in creative for NXT. And then, like, they're about to debut. And we thought Ruas was going to be in it. We thought Marina Shafir was going to be in it and others. And I said, it feels like that somebody in creative was like, all right, well, we got Diamond Mine. Yeah, but they're going to debut next week. Remember that conversation? I swear to you, you want to laugh at the top of your lungs. Replay that video I did last week. I might even make a clip out of it and read Arturo Ruas' interview that he did, I think, with Wrestling Inc. a couple of days ago. Ruas admits, now I don't have exact words in front of me, but Arturo Ruas admits in the interview that he got injured and he recovered, and they were going to debut Diamond Mine, and it was going to be a whole bunch of guys, with mixed, martial arts and other good, submission, Japanese, shooting. And Ruas was going to be in it and a few others. And he said that they were supposed to debut. And he asked him, like, all right, what are we doing? And he said he heard nothing. And then another week went by. Hey, what's going on with Diamond? Yeah. Ruas admits that weeks went by and nothing was going on. And he said that WWE had a change of view on this. And it looks like it's exactly what I said last week. I am very concerned right now for Diamond Mine. For all of those websites today that reported that Roderick Strong is in line for a huge fucking push, those are Captain Obviouses who put Roderick Strong and say, oh, he's going to take on Kushida. Why? Because they laid out fucking Kushida. That's not news. They watched the TV show. They're standing above Kushida. What do you think Kushida's going to do? Go out for ice cream and forget about it? Kushida's going to fight these guys. That's why they laid out Kushida. People reporting today, oh no, Roderick Strong's in line for a huge push. 3 months from now, let's see what Diamond Mine is doing on TV. I think this shit gets dismantled awfully quick. I like Hideki Suzuki. That guy kicks ass. I don't know how he'll fit in with WWE. That guy kicks ass. Roderick Strong obviously is going to take on Kushida because all of the NXT fans are familiar with Roderick Strong more than they're familiar with Suzuki. It's Captain Obvious. After that, and then what? Go seek out Ruas's interview. And when you read it, and he says that weeks went by and suddenly we heard nothing. And it kept being postponed. And I'm just thinking about last week when we had that conversation. You just picture creative. Hey, we got to debut Diamond Mine. Yeah. I feel bad for Malcolm Bivens. That motherfucker is so good as a manager. I can't understand why WWE can't figure out something good for this guy. I can't. I don't understand it. I honestly don't understand it. I don't understand it. Malcolm Bivens deserves better, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to leave you all just lighthearted. Hit Row in their rap yesterday. I'll be honest with you. Ashante Adonis and Mish really gave him his props yesterday. Ashante Adonis nailed it yesterday. Ashante Adonis, we know he could actually rap a little bit. I watched that Hit Row thing yesterday, and anybody out there that follows me closely knows that I am a huge fan of old school hip hop. Even when I streamed that fireworks display on the 4th, that's on my channel right now, we were throwing old school rap references for KRS-One and others. I love old school. And to me, watching that Hit Row segment yesterday, it felt like 4 people who went to Great Adventure or went to Disneyland in Orlando or whatever, and they had a booth in the middle of Disneyland, $20, you could rap, you could do karaoke. It felt like 4 people that were in some type of hip hop bar doing karaoke. And here's the thing, with the acclaimed, when they bust out their rhymes, it's slow, it's methodical, it's verbiage that you remember, it's insults, it's, the cadence, you could go along with it even when you're a heel. Yo, we're gonna fake Moxley. His girl is in bed and she can't wait for me to go. Like, they just throw words. I know that was horrible, but They just throw lyrics out. Yesterday, it was blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. AJ Francis, I just said for 2 straight weeks, I freaking like that guy. That guy only has the gift of 1-2 sentences. Say 1 or 2 sentence insults and shut the fuck up. That was horrible yesterday. And you couldn't even, like people actually took me seriously. I wrote on Twitter yesterday that I wrote down all the lyrics and Mish and I were going to rap last night on Patreon. And do you know people actually thought that I wrote those lyrics down? That's like 950 words in 3 minutes. You couldn't even keep up with it. And I'm watching, I'm like, all right, I know that there's a form of hip hop that people absolutely love, but 3 of the 4 yesterday, the woman, she's obviously beautiful, she's talented, she's charismatic and everything, but, you know, I just can't picture, hear me out, I just can't picture Triple H, Shawn Michaels, or anybody else in creative in the back earlier in the day and saying, all right, guys, show me what you're going to do. And I just can't picture him, with the exception of Ashante. I can't picture them in the back in front of Triple H and them going, I can't picture him. Epic, do it, that's awesome. What the fuck was that yesterday? Keep it simple. That seemed like 3 people going into a bar, hey, karaoke, half drunk. Give me the mic. I couldn't keep up. Ashante Adonis is good. The other 3, please. All we need is the girl in the back go, hit row. Yeah, 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 That's all she needs to do. Same thing with AJ Francis. Yeah, you said it. Yeah, They had to give everybody their shot, and to me, that was horrendous. It was horrendous. Just my opinion on it. I give them A for effort. Yeah, Road Dogg too. Seriously, I just can't picture Road Dogg in the back going, this is great. This is great. I don't know, man. I didn't like it. I give him credit for memorizing all that shit, but that was just awful. I just can't picture anybody going, yeah, I'm going on iTunes, buying that shit. I mean, this is like, I don't know. Are we trying to get like a hip hop Elias? Like, I don't know. I thought that was a waste of time yesterday. Honestly, you know what I expected yesterday for real? You know what I thought was going to happen? When they were a quarter in, look at the Capitol Wrestling Center when this stuff was going on. I mean, it was like a bad cartoon. They were looking at each other like they didn't even know how the fuck to react to it. I thought a third of the way in, I thought the crowd was going to boo so loud that somebody was going to come out from the back and lay a couple of these guys out or chase them outside the ring. The problem is who? Who? Do we need another musical duo group? Do we need another group? I don't know. See, because a lot of people think that Elias and Rick Boogs are going to do something. I wouldn't be surprised at Money in the Bank or SummerSlam, you're going to have everyone, Elias. And then all of a sudden, Elias is going to insult the crowd, get the boos, and then right before he goes into his thing, you're going to hear Boogs with his guitar instead. And there's going to be a little battle back and forth. They're not on the same brand, so it would have to happen at a pay-per-view or a super show. But I thought somebody was going to come out and stop that shit. And it has nothing to do, some people trying like black and white. It has nothing to do with black or white. Like I said, I fucking love a lot of hip hop. But that stuff yesterday, it's like, I don't know what it was. I think WWE really took it seriously that this could be like a single. And to me, it was awful. I just can't picture them in the back saying, go do it. You got 6 minutes. Make it good. Whatever you did just now, do it out there. I just can't picture that. Seriously. So anyway, I don't know. I just can't picture it. So anyway, I got to hide my salami so it doesn't fall. Seriously, this salami has gone through so much shit. If you look at it closely, it needs paint. It's missing like some paint over here and stuff like that. I had fun doing Thunderdome. I should have did Deli Man 8 months ago. I thought I would get booted immediately. I had no idea that they actually got a kick out of it. The fucking producer, I don't know if a lot of people even know the story with this. And now I'm gonna jet right out of it after this. But the story was a lot of people wanted me to do Deli Man. And this is, you'll get a kick out of this. I did Thunderdome about a month ago. And I was in Thunderdome and I was posting tweets, and some of you saw me on Thunderdome, and I was just dressed normal. And I went on Twitter and I hashtagged Thunderdome and SmackDown, and I said, everybody, right after SmackDown, join me, Don Tony Show. And almost everything that I put in the thing was talking about AEW. I swear to you, about 5 minutes after I posted that tweet, I got disconnected from Thunderdome. And I truthfully thought, like, okay, they read the hashtags and stuff like that. I know that for a fact. And all I was doing was using that to get people to watch my show, and I was talking mostly about AEW. So 3 weeks ago, I teased that I was going to do Deli Man. And I did Deli Man, and people spotted it. Then I did it again for SmackDown. And while I was in there, whoever was, doing the production, gets in my earpiece and says, could you move to the center? I was probably like this on the video. Now, I have nothing behind me that is AEW that I would have got booted. I have Roddy Piper, The Undertaker, Mike Tyson, Rhea Ripley. I do have some, but the Taz one you couldn't see because it was close. I go to the center, and then Zelina Vega comes out for a debut, and I'm right there on the floor. I thought that was funny. So I had mentioned on that Monday, actually the Monday before, that Friday was going to be my last appearance in Thunderdome because I'm going on vacation. I said I would have loved to have done Raw. I said, but I'm not going to wear a mask for 3 hours because I did SmackDown for 2 hours. I said, I'm doing SmackDown for 2 hours. I'm not doing Raw for 3 hours wearing this fucking mask. My nose gets red. I get itchy as fuck. If you notice, I turned the light off and no more of this. So I said, I'll do Thunderdome on Raw if they send me the Raw shirt and they put me behind the announcer's table. And I said it on Monday, joking around. Tuesday, I get an invite, email, be part of Raw Thunderdome. So most of the times I don't request to be in Thunderdome. I get emailed because I brought this up 8 months ago. You do Thunderdome once or twice, they have an email list of people that they know that they could trust, that are not going into business for themselves or doing anything, they shouldn't. So I got the email and I said, oh, all right, I'm curious. Then later that day, I get in a FedEx or a UPS alert because I had a FedEx delivery I was expecting. I get a UPS alert that I got a package being delivered. No idea what it was. I ordered something from Amazon, but it was being delivered FedEx. UPS comes, and it's the Red Raw shirt. I'm like, all right, this is cool. Somebody at WWE heard because they sent me the Raw shirt. I didn't order it, so I get it. So I go on Twitter, and I said, shout out to WWE for sending me the Raw shirt. So this coming Monday, which was this past Monday, I'm going to do Deli Man. And I posted on social media the Raw shirt, the Deli Man thing, and everything. So I get the invite to be on Raw. They tell me to be there at 7:30. So I go on 7:30 and I'm on main event. And I don't see anywhere. So I'm like, all right, I'm not wearing this freaking thing for 3.5 hours because I joked on Monday with Mish the Monday before. I want to be behind the announcer's table. You know, if I'm going to do it, I want to have fun. Obviously, it'd be, pretty funny to see Deli Man, not me dressed like this, but Deli Man behind the table. Plus for the haters out there. And once I told everyone that I was going to be on Thunderdome, then suddenly all the haters, can't tune into Raw tonight. Got to go out. Got to do this. Got to do that. Nobody's going to tune into Raw. And they didn't. The lowest rating in the history of Raw, as we talked about earlier. So Raw starts, and next thing I know, I'm getting hit with tons of DMs because I can't see without my glasses. When I'm wearing a mask, there's no place to put the glasses. I can't put them inside the mask, and those things don't have visible ears. So it's like Mick Foley with his ears. If I put it on like this, it's just going to fall right down. So I'm trying to look closely, and then the next thing I know, we get this. Well, actually, before we even got that, we got this. So I'm like, all right, this is fun. So now I'm going to start. Now, that was supposed to be the Randy Orton pose, but somebody said I looked more like Blue Meanie doing a pose. And all night long on Monday, I was doing Thunderdome. And you'll see me all night long going like this and thumbs up and thumbs down and the lucha and, everything. And I didn't give a shit. I was having fun. And then, once they put the cameras back on the announcers, I said, okay, there is no way that I'm going to do Thunderdome and not do the Deli Man with the salami and everything else. So I started doing all the Deli Man antics in the back, and they never booted me. They kept me on there for the entire freaking show. The entire show. Anybody that's done Thunderdome knows they usually disconnect you after about halfway into the show so they could put fresh faces on there. And then, a lot of you don't even know this, this supposed to use some of my footage for this Monday's Raw because Monday is taped. A lot of you may not know this, but Raw Monday is already taped. Thunderdome now is going to be history after Friday, and they already taped next Monday's Raw. So they're using stock footage, and I got an email, as far as being part of it. I'm like, I can't do it, but that's the legit story. So. Am I going to miss Thunderdome? Absolutely. I did it, 9 times? Nothing beats live fans. AEW tonight, I had to keep the volume super low, but you could hear that Miami crowd loud and genuine and having a great time. Even when I talked about Judas, I know some of you out there are sick of the fans serenading Judas, but you know what? There was a time where everybody... Remember all the people on the train? Remember after Raw went off the air and Cena came out to acknowledge Fandango? Sometimes fans just want to have fun. I know that sounds like the Cyndi Lauper song, fans just want to have fun. But that's what it is. Those fans tonight, they didn't sing Judas because... you could be on TV if you sing Judas. Or, as I said earlier, you're not going to get $5 off on your next purchase if you sing Judas. It's a thing that everybody does. They want to have fun. Jericho and MJF killed it on the mic again tonight. And fans just want to have fun. It's not, you don't have to overthink it sometimes. Judas may be a horrible entrance song in some people's eyes, but, the fans that are doing it, I don't blame your fellow fans out there who dislike it, can't get into it, give them a headache. Well, Rob is talking about the Nakamura song. Nakamura as well. Nakamura, I don't ever think got tiresome, though. But the thing is, to make fun of fans simply because they're singing along with Judas, I don't know. That reminds me of going on the cruise and making fun of people on the cruise, because it's mostly male. Talk about an absolute sexist thing to say in 2021. It's just, it is what it is. But I'm not talking about people cracking jokes. cracking jokes, lighthearted, is fine. I'm all for it. But to actually like demean people and put them down, like, oh, look at all these rejects singing Judas. You know, they talk of what fakes. You know, I think that's a little much. So Benjamin blames it on Jericho. If you want to blame it on Jericho, so be it. But anyway, everyone, I am going to jet out of here. It is 10:45 p.m. We've been here since 8 p.m. And, you know, we did the watch along tonight. I don't know when the next watch along is going to be. Maybe I don't want to say the debut of Rampage. If it ends up being like the first Sunday Night Heat, you know, where they actually stack the card a little bit to get people to tune in for the initial debut, maybe we'll do it for AEW Rampage in a month. But like I said, the watch along tonight was simply because I'm going away tomorrow early. I got to get up at like 6:30. I'd like to get a few extra hours sleep tonight. So by starting at 8 today instead of 10, I got a 2-hour head start of getting some sleep. So I'm going to get out of here. Benjamin, you honestly don't know what Sunday Night Heat was? I'm not criticizing you because if you're a young fan out there, I totally get it. Look, you got to go check out Sunday Night Heat, man. Sunday Night Heat was an awesome show back then. How many of you tuned in to Sunday Night Heat before a pay-per-view were there? I don't know why, but Sunday Night Heat always got you really into the mood for a pay-per-view. Yes, they would show vignettes hyping up the pay-per-view. But I tell you, out of all the years being a wrestling fan, watching Sunday Night Heat right before a pay-per-view was awesome. I freaking loved it. So, who remembers Shotgun Saturday Night? Shotgun Saturday Night, I wish stuck around further. Shotgun Saturday Night, very underrated how good that was at that time. Shotgun Saturday Night. I don't know, for some reason when they came back and they just called it Heat. Remember there was no longer Sunday Night Heat, it was just Heat. I don't know. After, I didn't feel the same. I don't know why, but all right, everybody, it's been real. And I didn't ask this at all tonight, and it obviously shows from the number that is showing. But if you enjoyed tonight's show, I would greatly appreciate it before you exit. If you could just give the show a thumbs up. The more you do that, the more that recommends the show to others. I don't know. It was weird the last 2 weeks. Some of my content got shadow banned for a little while. The Zelina Vega one, for the first 3 days I had that clip up, it would not pop up in the search results. And I now start to look in analytics, and I don't know what the hell I did a month ago, but, you know, like the recommendations changed and all that stuff. But then again, I have friends that have like 100,000 viewers, subscribers, and they tell me that, no, that does happen. Like suddenly they'll see like a 50% dip in viewers and comments disappear. If any of you out there, if you ever notice that you post a comment and it disappears, you know, unless you're trolling, I don't delete anybody's comments. I notice on other channels, people have been complaining a lot lately that some of their viewers' comments are disappearing. So if that ever happens, please let me know, because I look at everybody's comments. I try to respond to almost everybody's comments, but I have not seen that happen yet. I haven't had anybody say that. So you got to let me know if that does happen. And the next Q&A, the video Q&A for my great channel members out there, La Nostra Familia, it will be this Monday. I will be coming back Monday. It should be Breakfast Soup Raw as normal, but I should have plenty of time because I'm not working Monday. So I should have plenty of time to sneak in a Q&A. If I can't do it Monday, time gets a little too close, then Tuesday, without a doubt. So, all right, everybody, much love. If you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at DonTonyD. I will post some updates of my 5-day vacation. As of right now, I'm going to see friends. They have a house in Connecticut. I'm going to be staying with them. We're going to take a drive over to Foxwoods and Mohegan Sun for the day. And if I hit then I will let you know. Hey, the last time I went, I hit total of $3,400. And that was pretty fun, posting those videos. So if anything happens like that again, I will definitely post. So, all right, everyone, much love. Thank you for tuning in. And one last thing, because it would be very, very unfair, especially Botch Club, since he makes his appearances noteworthy. Am I sure I'm not JD from New York's biological father? Either way, big fan of from Rhode Island. Look, this is no bullshit. You know, I don't watch too much of JD's stuff. Not that I don't like him. I actually like his work. But, you know, when I do my shows, one of the problems that I did a long time ago is I would react to what other people say instead of reacting of how I feel. And JD has a lot of different opinions than I do. And I totally respect anybody who has a difference of opinion. And the thing is that I disagree a lot of ways with JD. I agree with him in a lot of ways. And what I don't want to do is come up here and do a rant about something, and some of it is based on what someone else had to say. Because I'll never forget that time with Jason Solomonster, when he talked about the Shield being a bigger, more important faction in the history of pro wrestling at the time than the Fabulous Freebirds. You know, I didn't hear the clip, but people had said to me, hey, what do you think about this? And I gave my opinion on it. And for the next 3 or 4 years, everybody thought we hated each other. And when I met Jason at Lucky 13, a little over 2 years ago, first words out of his mouth was, why do we hate each other? And we had some laughs, had a great time. And, you know, I felt bad because I want to express my opinion without hearing others first. And if my opinion ends up being totally different than someone else, so be it. You know, I love debating. Nobody seems to want to debate. You know, my door is always open. If anybody out there wants me on their shows for a little debating, what do people call it? Not cross promoting. I don't remember what it's called. Collaborations. I'm all for it. But, you know, if you look at me from 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, the way I dress, it's pretty much the same. I mean, that's probably one negative thing about me. Like, my style has not changed. For 20 years, I'm mostly polo shirts. You know, I have all my wrestling shirts, obviously. This chain I've owned for about 30 years. And the only thing that's changed is I don't have as much neck fat as I used to. But, yeah, what you see is what you get. So if we look alike, it's all good, man. I like JD. I hope I see him at AEW Queens, the middle of August. You know, I hope to see all of you there as well. And seriously, the ones out there that are turning it into drama, I might be there. I might not be there. Should I go? Should I not go? It's about all of us getting together, having a great night. Doesn't matter if it's AEW or EEW doing a show. We're going there to hang out and have fun. Doesn't matter who's wrestling that night. It's just, that's a bonus. But it's about all of us getting together and having fun. And I hope whoever could make it goes. Now, the only problem with me is, I mentioned this earlier this week, I reached out to someone 3 times in the last 2 weeks to find out if I could buy a block of 100 tickets from AEW, even if it's in the Boondocks. There's really not a bad seat in Arthur Ashe Stadium. And I've gotten no response. And the last time that happened was in Chicago. When AEW was doing their last pay-per-view in Chicago, All Out, I did All In, All Out. I was going. I had plane tickets bought, hotel bought. I post screenshots of everything. And I contacted AEW for a press pass. I don't need anything for free. I don't need anybody's handout. I don't need it that bad. And I wanted a press pass because, you know, if I wanted to maybe put a couple of clips on, I was not doing video, I don't think, at that time. And I got no response whatsoever. Not even a no. And I'm like, man, I'm not fucking going all the way over there. And I've been doing this since 1997. And I have some of you out that have been loyal with me for 20 plus years. And I think I'm pretty fair in my views and analysis and opinions of what I say. I'm not going to gush, and I'm not going to just, be cake and ice cream about stuff. They couldn't even get back to me and say no. So I was like, fuck it, I'm not going. I didn't go. I canceled everything. I never got money back. I might be able to have a credit because of COVID. I don't know. But I lost all that money, and I'm like, fuck it. So I've reached out 3 times to find out if I could get like a block of tickets without Ticketmaster. No response. I'm not going to dump money into a skybox or buy 50 tickets, 100 tickets, and all of us have fun in a party if I can't even get an answer from them. I'll still go. And right now, the way I feel, seriously, I'll leave you with this. Probably looks ridiculous wearing a chain. You might see this on August 16th. I might end up getting fucking ringside tickets and the whole entire show. I'm going to be like this. Just to be a dick. No hijacking. No vulgar language. No jumping in the ring. But I find that so disrespectful. I know I'm not contacting the wrong people. I'm not stupid. When I did Tombstone Radio in 2002, a lot of you don't even know this story because you don't tune in on Thursdays. But back 20 years ago, I had an online internet radio station called Tombstone Radio. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, I played wrestling theme music online. People always said to me, how are you playing all this WWF licensed music and they're not shutting it down? I had a radio station online every minute of every day for 2 years playing wrestling theme music. Even other promotions. And the story is, and people could go back to way back machine and see it. The true story. Wow, that's pretty cool, Harris. That's awesome. I didn't even know you could do that. That is fucking awesome. Thank you for that. I don't have the setup for the screenshot tonight, but that's cool. I like things like that. So just to finish this quick story up, and then we're going to get out of it because we're almost at the 3-hour mark. So I want to just finish this one thing. 20 years ago, when I was launching that station, I contacted WWE and I said, or WWF at the time, I said, I like to stream this music online. I'm not selling it, not profiting off of it. What can I do? They said, keep the audio quality no more than 64 kbps and do not try to sell on CDs or anything like that. Don't charge memberships. I said, okay. I have the letter somewhere. I always kept it in case they ever tried to sue me. I said, no, I got permission. And for 2 years, I streamed their music. And everybody's like, how did you get away with that? You know what the answer was? I asked. If you ask and you do it the right way, sometimes you do get an answer. Last week, I wanted to do Thunderdome as Deli Man right behind the announcer's table wearing a Raw shirt. 24 hours later, I have the Raw shirt in my hand. I have no idea who sent it. So why did Tombstone Radio shut down? Because it was too much work. I know what you're thinking. Oh, just set the music and just let it play by itself randomly. Wasn't that easy. Anyway, I'm going to jet out of here. Much love, everyone. Have a great weekend. And I will catch you back Monday night. Be well, everybody. Ciao.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a podcaster. For me to live any other way was nuts. To me, those goody-good people who worked shitty jobs for bum paychecks and took the subway to work every day and worried about their bills were dead. I mean, they were suckers. They had no balls. If I wanted something, I just took it. I ran everything. I paid the bills. I paid the host. I even paid the masked maniac. Everybody had their hands out. Everything was for the taking. We always called each other good fellas. You would always hear from somebody. You're gonna like Don Tony. He's alright. He's a good fella. He's one of us. But if you're part of my crew, nobody ever tells you they're gonna get rid of you. It doesn't happen that way. There weren't any arguments or curses like in the movies. See, your haters come with smiles. They come as your friends, the people who've claimed they care the most for your life. And now that's all over. And that's the best part. Today everything is different. There's lots of action. I don't have to wait around for everything like everyone else. Oh, I didn't get the vaccine? Fuck you, vaccine me. Oh, your delivery guy has COVID? Fuck you, feed me. Right after I moved here, I ordered egg noodles and ketchup, and I got spaghetti with meat sauce. I'm no longer an average nobody, while they get to live the rest of their lives like a bunch of schnooks.